communities, and eventually the diaspora. Down in the comments, let's just have a little bit of fun. Drop your favorite dish that you remember going to grandma's house. Somebody do me a favor and drop sweet potato pie down there in the comments. Thank you. I appreciate you. Listen, we feel like the company that has brought you Black history and culture with our Black History flashcards, our educational tools, our courses, and even our travel experiences is perfectly positioned to have this conversation. That's why we're doing it at Sunday dinner. This is your official invite. Go ahead and click the link and register. Look, Grandma already been looking for you and asking about you. I ain't want to say nothing, but you're already here. Click the link, register. See you at Sunday dinner. Bam, y'all are here Sunday dinner. I appreciate y'all. Sunday dinner on a Saturday. And thank y'all for being patient. I appreciate that. I see the love in the comments. Man, stuff happens, man. And thank you for my sweet potato pie. I'm always super appreciative when I see y'all drop my sweet potato pie down there in the comments. So that is great. All right. I'm trying to think. I'm frazzled, y'all, because I had my little mishap over here on the thing, but I'm settling into this space and I'm realizing that y'all are only here because you love the discussion and you love the intent, let me say that. And you're not so caught up in my lack of professional delivery. So the things that I can say, thank you, Roberta. The things that I can say is I'm going to relax. I'm going to settle into this space and it's going to continue to improve. But let's get busy, right? So we got a lot of stuff going on, as I always talk about around here, urban intellectuals. So first up, I want to make sure that we believe in the mission and the vision. Berta, stop it. You're gonna make me. I love it. Thank you. Jaquan. Jaquan. Is that it? Give me that. Give me your name correct. Chill, breathe. I appreciate y'all. I want to invite y'all to Sankofa Universe. This is our social network. Please sign up. All we trying to do is on social have the discussions that we're having here on Sunday now. But we want to control it. And if I'm just frank listen, we got a small crowd, 16 people, because it's normally on Sundays, right? But here's what I understand. It's not about the numbers. It's about the connection. It's not about the vanity metrics. It's about the transformations that we deliver. So 17 people. Come on, we out here. I feel like a pastor, right? Please share Sunday dinner with your friends and family circles. But because it's a small crowd today, I want to really challenge everyone to participate, right? I appreciate y'all turning y'all cameras on and we can see one another, but let's lean into participation. I say that because, y'all see my ignorant t-shirt today. I like that. But I say that because I don't want Sunday dinner to become a situation where it's Freddie talking. I want Sunday dinner to always be a space where it's about us having a conversation. But I want to say that if you don't participate, you just get what Freddie thinks. And listen, I like Freddie. Somebody show Freddie some love in the comments. I went third person on y'all, but show Freddie some love in the comments. But I say that, but Freddie talk a lot throughout every week. I be talking. I want this space to be us having a conversation. And we have issues. Let me say that again. Let me get my Dr. Umar. I'm gonna say it 3 times now. Maybe Dr. Umar be like saying things 3 times. So do y'all get it after you say it the third time? We have issues. We have issues. We have issues. I want this where not only that we talk about it, but we work towards solutions on these issues. But it don't come from Freddie. It come from you. So my people that's been here before, that's never said nothing. You didn't come to the forefront. You ain't raised your hand and you didn't talk. I want to challenge you to do that today. We got a small group. So we need participation. For you new folk, I want to encourage you to join the conversation. Don't feel shy. Don't feel like you stepping on no toes. Don't feel like you don't belong. Everybody belongs in this conversation. Because if we don't solve our issues, it's not going to get solved. I was having like some deep conversations today. I know I was like, Freddie ain't gonna talk today, but y'all know Freddie be talking too much. So, but I was having some deep conversations today and it tilted towards religion. And y'all know I don't really like to talk religion here. I don't. But only thing I want to say in light of the conversation that we're about to have, and by the way, if you don't even know, you know what we are about to talk about. I ain't even got my topics up, y'all. I'm just out here freestyling, doing the most. We're gonna talk about the Black family in crisis. Are we losing the foundation? Right. But we were having like this religion discussion. And again, I deflect religious discussion in this space. And I only do that because it's divisive. Listen, y'all know it don't matter if you agree with me. I'm just going to say how I feel. And it's a space that I curate. It's divisive because everybody don't believe in what you believe and in the way that you believe it, right? So we get into arguments over the deity when we got real issues and problems that we can discuss and talk about, solve. I'm not saying that your religion isn't important, all right? But I say that because I believe that's I'm learning that I say I had to start. I can't say that this is definitive. It's what I believe. Ain't nobody coming to save me. There ain't nobody falling out the sky to come and get these things right. All the stuff that we know that we need to do. Now, you might believe that somebody's going to fall out the sky and it's going to magically happen. Hey, and let me tell you something. I hope it does. I'm not afraid of Jesus coming back. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm not afraid of God. But I highly doubt it's going to happen in our lifetime. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. What do I know? I'm just a little old human. But I want to challenge you to think that what if it didn't happen in your lifetime? How would you move the needle? How would you do something of significance to make a difference? So I'm trying to be soft. David, I love it that you raised your hand, brother. And I know you're going to come in and smash, my man. So thank you for doing that. And thank you for showing up like you always do, brother. I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate you. I do. Real talk. That was me, my man, David, 1-to-1. But for the rest of you, and again, we got a small crowd. We need you to participate. We don't need you to participate. I need you to participate because I need to shut up, listen, and learn. right? Come on, Joe said, yeah, they enjoy my nonsense, but I'm serious, y'all. I want you to think outside of your religion. And I listen, I want you to hold your religion tight. I want you to love it. I want you to be serious. I don't want you to just be religious. I want you to live it. That's really my issue with religion. I got an issue with religion. Man, brother David, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you space, brother. We got space for you today. We got time today, as they say. Um, this is me trying to not to be super political, y'all. So I'm trying to hush, but I can't even do it. I got my hands going up. Oh, I'm agitating y'all spirits. I love it. Um, but we got this MAGA movement going on in the White House, and they're doing stuff, and everybody's proclaiming their religion, their Christianity, how dope they are, and this is great, and we need to put God first. But your actions are lacking. These actions are lacking. And this ain't got nothing, this ain't really just MAGA. It's the Democrats as well. Listen, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not, hell, I'm a registered independent, but shit, I ain't even really that. I'm wondering where the humans at, where the compassionate people at. But we talk about this religion piece, and I saw the Pope. I'm gonna go all the way there on y'all. I saw the Pope talking about this, love of humanity and Christians need to be Christians. And I've commented on somebody's stuff, and I literally said it. I was like, I wonder if the Pope know the history of the Catholic Church. I wonder if he actually know the history because the shit he's saying is so devoid of truth. I've been in them dungeons, y'all. I've been in them dungeons sponsored and built by the Catholic Church and all these Christians and all that shit. I've been there. I've seen it. I've been down there where people was there for months, living in feces, living in menstrual cycles, living in just the unimaginable conditions with a church above them. And I only bring that up because I know that don't represent y'all. But I'm wondering when the hell you gonna take back your religion? I'm wondering when the hell you gonna take back your principle? All these things that you talk about, I'm wondering where is it? I want to see it. Be the sermon. Stop talking so much. That's what I want to challenge my religious community to do. Individually. I love it that y'all hands are going up. Oh, we might got a different conversation going on here today. And I'm trying to be most respectful as I can, right? Because I realize in the past, I'm trying to evolve, y'all. I realize in the past that I have been nasty towards this faith and religious element. I'm growing, right? One of my teammates said, Freddie, I know you don't like it, but this is divine order. You're growing for a reason. And I do fight it. I fight it now, yeah. But I don't want I don't want to be a pusher. I don't want to be a leech. I don't want to talk about religion because it could make this company a lot of money. I don't want to. I'm not allergic to money. I'm not allergic to growth. I am allergic to abuse. I am allergic to taking advantage of people. And perhaps I'm trying to grow, y'all. Listen to me. Like if you've been around, you know I'm trying to grow. Hopefully you hear I'm trying to grow, trying. I didn't say I got there, right? But
I don't ever want to say things and support things because it's convenient to the organization. And I know that it's emotional enough that we could move the needle. I truly believe this. I truly believe this. If I, Freddie Taylor, wanted to make money, I open up a church. I'm just, you know what I mean? I don't know how many of y'all think about any of this, but if I wanted to make money, I'd open up a church. I get nonprofit status. I would collect money tax free. And then I would just pray. Oh, I would pray, Prey. I would pray on your vulnerabilities if I just wanted to make money. I'm so anti that. So when y'all hear me deflecting, David, I'm coming to you, brother, I promise. And I know this brother always got some super insight for us. But when I'm rejecting the religion, I want you to understand that I'm rejecting because that ain't what I want to be at all. I don't want nothing, not nothing to do with the religion or the faith or the belief or the deity or God. I don't want nothing to do with being a false prophet or a prophet, Profit, and praying on what y'all. This is, I swear to everything on, you don't even, I'd be like, so nice. People don't even think that I believe in God, right? Like, because of how I talk, right? So I got my own spiritual beliefs and that, but I keep it that way. But I don't, this is the only reason I reject the conversation. I don't want anybody to suspect. I don't want it to even be an almost issue that Freddie is taking advantage of people because of their faith. And Freddie openly and honestly says, I think that's the easiest way to manipulate you. So I think I go out of my way. No, I ain't think I go out of my way to separate myself from that. I don't want to take advantage of your faith. I think it is the scummiest thing in the world. And in all of my beliefs, hopes, and prayers, I hope everybody that does it actually goes to hell. I think it's the worst thing. Now, can't be the worst thing. Murdering folks is like the worst thing, but I think it's up there, right? It's up there, taking advantage of people's belief. And I think the belief is so strong, and I think we need it. I don't I don't think I say that enough. I think the faith and religion is a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. And we do need more of it. I don't know how we decipher who's true, and I ain't in that, right? That's why I just distance myself because I can't tell who is who either. But I do know as a business owner, that's the racket. You know what I'm saying? That's the racket. All right, I'm gonna be quiet. That ain't what we talking about today, but we got 4 hands up, so we running with it. Brother David, jump into the discussion, brother. I dare you. That's my man.
Man, oh man.
Man,
Peace,
oh
peace,
man.
peace. I hope that you could hear me because I gotta walk with this
Come on,
one.
brother. Take your time.
Wow. Everything you said, it definitely resonates because I've been engaged with you for over a decade now.
Yes, you have.
And you know very well that I wasn't into religion either. I was Eastern, esoteric,
Yes.
metaphysical.
Totally forgot
That's
about
where,
that, brother.
yes, that's where I was.
Yes. I'm sorry. Go
Um,
ahead. I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead.
but oh no, it's all good because you bearing witness. And so what happened with me is during that entire time, I had also been studying our experience. Um, and our experience in America, um, we have these figures and figures like the Minister Farrakhan, figures like Malcolm X, figures like Dr. King, all these figures that are religious figures. But I, like you, detested religion.
Yes.
And I suspect the reason why you and I both aligned with the Eastern knowledge,
Definitely.
spiritual knowledge, is because it wasn't corrupted like Judaism, Christianity, and Islam.
Word.
See, what what you're discussing, like let's think of it like this. What happened to jazz? Jazz was known as a black product initially, but jazz was taken over. Rock and roll taken over. Um, even blues was taken over. We still hold on to that element because just how ingrained it is in our experience. But what the Beatles and Rolling Stones and all those individuals back then, all they were doing was playing sped up blues and then called it rock and roll. But what I'm pointing out is even in science, what happened with science? Well, what am I getting to? Whatever the European has gotten into, he's taken it over and perverted it. Just like you see with Hitler and the use of the swastika, that comes from Eastern culture. He just
Yes.
reversed it and took it over. This is what they do in science. They took the science of Adam and turned it into a bomb. Do we get rid of science? Do we get
Right.
rid of music? So why do we get rid of scripture? What we should do is try to understand scriptures. And so, what I came to recognize in my study over that time, because I was studying Baba Eshra Kwesi,
Yes.
um, the African origin of Christianity, Buddha, Judaism, Islam, he showed where it all came from. Um, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, I just put a link in the
Mm-hmm.
chat of Dr. Wesley Muhammad. He got his PhD proving that God takes human form.
I'm sorry, brother. If you could drop that link again, I don't see it in the comments. No, I mean, while you're talking, I'm sorry. We keep going.
Yeah. He got his PhD from Michigan, a D1 school, proving that God takes on human form. Now, if you're a Christian, it's not totally new because they believe Jesus is God in the flesh. But most folk believe God is a spirit and that even Jesus died and he's going to come back. Well, what happens in scriptures is you have this pattern, and the pattern is what you should pay attention to. And the meaning behind these figures, their function is what you pay attention to. So after 400 years of enslavement, one of the primary story in Judaism and in the Old Testament is that you have these people that were enslaved for 400 years to a government that was narcissistic. The leader was narcissistic. He thought he was God. He thought he could do anything he wanted, right? But then someone is sent by God to tell that government, let my people go. If you look up the history of that story, whether or not Jews were enslaved in Egypt or Kemet, you will find that that didn't happen. They admit it didn't happen. They admit that it's a story that holds them together. Not saying that they have not gone through oppression and any challenges over the last thousands of years, but that story didn't happen because just like we had experienced enslavement for 400 years, we had someone sent to us. Now, when someone is sent to you, they're sent to make sense out of the confusion that this Satan figure causes. Remember, I pointed out that whatever the European touch, he takes over and perverts it, which is why we rejected religion, which is the same thing. The integrity that you are alluding to in yourself is the reason why a lot of people have left the church
Mm.
because they only preach part of the gospel. This what do they call it? The gospel where you can get abundance if you work hard and just do the right thing. I can't think of the name right now. Prosperity.
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 Yeah, prosperity. But they don't touch on the judgment, the revelation, the resurrection. And that's what Malcolm X had come across through his teacher, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. It's a reason why the most successful black man in the history of America, you are not allowed to talk about him during Black History Month. It's the reason why every 10, 15 years they put out a new movie or the last series, Godfather Harlem, where the nation is always depicted in a negative light because we love Malcolm and the government has kind of glorified him. They put him on the stamp. If Malcolm knew he was on the stamp, he would be turning over in his grave. He had no love for what was going on with his people here. So what you see is this weaponization of historical figures against an organization today that represents the what we see in scriptures, which is a man comes and makes sense of all of the scriptures. He wasn't a learned man. He went to the third grade. And he told us that he met God in person. That's rejected even by Orthodox Islam. But again, I told you, Dr. Wesley got his PhD proving what Elijah Muhammad said. And when he picked his topic for his PhD, he was advised not to touch that topic because they thought that it could not be proven, but he did. Not only did he do that, he's now being cited by Islamic scholars like Nikolai Sinai, who came out with the dictionary of his Islamic or Quranic terms. His work is being cited. His work is
Yeah.
being cited. His work is being cited. He's an expert, and he proved what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said. That's called point number 12 on the back of the final call. Somebody's phone is unmuted.
I got it.
But so what I'm saying is Satan or the European has corrupted many things, including religion. And what religion is telling you is that the truth is life versus death. He gave us a man hanging on a cross. He gave us human sacrifice. He gave us death. This world we live in now is a paradigm of death, not just physical death, even though there's a lot of that, but he gave us a world where slander, lies, manipulation, outright murder, exploitation, all of these things, debauchery, all of these things are the order of the day. That order, that paradigm leads to death, whether physical death, death of family. You brought up the condition of the Black family, the death of family, the death of relationships, friendships, business break. Why can't we establish businesses and keep it going? Why can't we establish organizations and keep it going? Envy, jealousy, fear, all of these are the order of the day. But and to your point, you say you don't want to be a prophet. Whenever they used to call the most honorable Elijah Muhammad a prophet, he would correct them and say, he said he a messenger, he's not a prophet. He always corrected people on that because prophets in scriptures represent moonlight. Think of the full moon where you could see it during the dark. So they represent, in a time of darkness, they come with information that helps shed a little light through the darkness. But then when Jesus come, he submitted his will so much that he reflects God like the sun, not like the moon reflecting light from the sun, but he reflects, he becomes the embodiment of the sun. And what he taught was that this new paradigm that's coming in, which some call heaven, this new paradigm, which is a paradigm of truth, this new paradigm that's coming in will be everlasting. It's a new educational paradigm. He came with an education teaching you that if you do these things, hell, you could do what I'm doing. You could make
Mhm.
people, you could raise the dead. What does that mean? That don't mean you're raising people off the ground. That means you're raising people that are spiritually and mentally dead. This is what Elijah Muhammad was teaching. So yeah, we would argue that someone did come. Because when God comes, he comes with information that you're supposed to learn and apply to your life, and you do the work to build yourself up, then build your family, then build your community. And that's going on now, which is why you see all this chaos in the world, because when truth comes, when light comes, darkness fades. So we're watching scriptures play out. We just have a misinterpretation. Our perspectives is off. We don't fully recognize. We see some things, but we don't fully know how to grasp it. So what I'm going to suggest, the Minister Farrakhan had put out a lecture called The Education Challenge, August 3rd, 2008. And he breaks this down. In fact, this is all he's talked about in 40 years. That's all he's talked about. It's the same thing. Some people say he say the same thing over and over and over again. He has to say the same thing because you haven't got it yet. And those of the very few who's gotten it has signed on to help him in his mission, which is in the continuation of that Moses figure that comes to do a work of raising his people. So that's what religion is talking about. Religion is giving you the same stories and these same figures, these same savior types, and it's telling you what it looks like and tells you that when truth comes and it starts to break down the world, then you're going to see wild weather. You're going to see calamities. You're going to see a lot of wars and rumors of war. You're going to see pandemics and famine and all this stuff. And you're seeing it now. It's undeniable. I don't care who you are. It's undeniable. And it's coinciding with what scripture said and what we witnessed. Take it or leave it alone. The Nation of Islam is your ark. And it's been sitting here waiting for people to wake up and been doing the work. Ain't just been waiting, but going door to door, establishing schools and farms and showing you this is how you do it. Businesses, this is how you do it. And we have a process which builds the character, because what happens is this. We could start something new. That's what Adam means. Adam is the start of something new. Adam
Uh-oh.
wasn't a person, and Eve wasn't a person. It represents at the beginning of something new. And then the challenges that come. When you start something new, you can have a vision for how you want your company ran, but then there's going to be doubt. And that doubt is going to be jealousy and envy. People are going to start whispering like the snake. Then you're going to have a Cain figure and an Abel figure, and you're going to have all this stuff that's going on. What you're watching is whenever you start something new, you got to get through the challenges. And what happens with us is we don't have the character in our community. There's a lot of envy and jealousy. And we live in a world that glorifies fuckery, for lack of a better term, and that
It was
and
perfect.
that what is and that which is glorified, people gravitate to because it's the low hanging fruit, and it's what they think is the easiest work. We're taught in Islam you got to take the uphill road that is hard. Because when you overcome difficulty, it builds your character. When you submit your will to do the will of God, and what that means is God has his desire for you to become him. That's the story of Jesus. His desire is for you to become him, and he gives you a framework to follow, which builds your character so that when you start this business, you start your family, you start whatever it is you're starting, it is everlasting because it roots out all those negative lower vibes that we have, that anger and I mentioned jealousy and lust and greed and all of that. We have a process that we put you through in the nation on every Friday at 7:30. We put you through this process, and it's just a discussion. And we break down what this means, and we say, okay, now go apply it to your life. Come back next week. Tell us if you've seen any results, and we keep doing that. And that's why we build people that come from prison and become world leaders. And what if you didn't come from prison? What if you was a good person and you didn't get caught up in the system and you got educated and did all those things and you went through that process? It's like the movie Limitless. Remember the movie Limitless? They took that little
Mhm.
clear pill and they became this godlike figure. But he said it's even better if you're already intelligent. What if you come through the door with some intelligence and some character already, and you get this blueprint that we lay out? Then you get a Farrakhan type individual who's been doing the work for 70 years. And to show you how ungrateful we are, many of us ignore him because the Jews and white folk tell you that he's not the friend. Meanwhile, they sit behind closed doors and say he's the only leader this community has. That's what they say. He's the only leader that this community has. So we look at him as the trumpet. That's why on the final call, you see in the corner a trumpet in the corner. The messenger Elijah
Interesting.
Muhammad told him, put that trumpet in the corner. And he represents the trumpet. And he says, and scriptures also says, when that trumpet stops sounding, that's why it's called the final call. When that trumpet stops sounding, then you're gonna see another trumpet that's gonna come on the scene, and that's when all the chaos happens. He has been quiet. We know him as the trumpet, he stopped, and we're expecting it to go down. But we also expect that this is part of the process of our resurrection. It is going to take our asses to get whooped. That's what the story of the dry bones in the valley represents. Many people come along and tell us what to do and what's good for us, and the bones shake but never come together. It's going to take the whipping winds. It's going to take the calamities and the chaos and literally being forced to come together. Because we know what we should do. I've been hearing it since I was 10, 11 years old. All we need is unity. Like Muhammad said, that our unity is more powerful than a hydrogen bomb. All we need to do is unite. Period. That's the simplest and easiest thing we could do. Wouldn't even have to go nowhere. Just unite. But we refuse to because many of us think that our salvation comes through working with the Democrats, who are openly trying to replace you in your face, and you're helping. You co-signing that, and got a whole lot of anger for the other side. Meanwhile, the side that you on is working against you openly now in your face. But if you say that, people get in their feelings and they'll attack you. That's how sick we are. So that's why we need a new education. And that's what Jesus came. He came with a new education that was going to show you how to be him. And you've watched the minister Farrakhan for 70 years literally display that exact same pattern. He is the Messiah in our midst. We missed him. Many of us won't even consider that. But if you understand what the function of a Messiah is, he comes with just truth. He breaks them down with just truth, not with no weapons, no war, no nothing, just truth. And his truth alone is what scares them. That's why when they used to challenge Jesus in the public and he made them look like a fool, the Jews of that day said, man, look, let's stop challenging him because every time we challenge him in public, all we do is bring him more followers. So they take him off Facebook. I'm sorry, they stopped challenging him back then. They take him off social
I see
media. I'm
what you
sorry.
did there.
They stopped interviewing him on TV. I'm sorry. But it is what it is. So to your point about religion, that's what that means. Religion gives us a paradigm, a model, a pattern that we're supposed to not look at the story and think that story is real. The messenger says 75% of what we read in scriptures, Bible, Torah, and Quran, is prophecy. Only 25% is history. We're living out the prophecy now. So, brother, that's why I was leaning and inclined towards the Eastern knowledge, metaphysics,
Yeah.
esoteric. That's all I talked about. But then I realized the messenger was speaking metaphysical. You could see many videos from back in the 80s where where the minister is talking, and he said every time the messenger taught him something, he wanted to go to the metaphysics of it. The whole scriptures is metaphysical. In fact, I'm gonna land my plane on this. We have something that once you become registered, you get something called the Supreme Wisdom Lessons. The whole thing is metaphysical. You have to study and figure out the riddles. And as you figure out the riddles, as you figure out these questions, it opens up things in you and makes you see clearer and clearer. It removes the scales off your eyes. So you no longer see the opposition as trees or something big that you can't overcome. It removes the scales from your eyes so that you could see your enemy just as he really is, an enemy, a devil, and a man that you could overcome easily. I'll land my plane there, bro.
Woo! Okay, coming in hot. Coming in real quick, David, before you go. Bro, did I grow a little bit with my religious conversation?
Say again, brother.
Did I grow a little bit with my
Oh
religious
man,
conversation?
you have grown exponentially because you didn't used to even allow to talk. But what you've done is when folk come and bring something that's not divisive and they're rationalizing and making sense of the scriptures, you let it ride. But what you also prove, because again, like I said, you and I was on the same incline.
Definitely.
Okay. What you prove is that your integrity is so strong that you know that you can make money if you just got it into that whole religious game. Remember back then, you was thinking about taking urban intellectuals into a TMZ type thing because no one was listening to the message we was putting out there in the beginning.
Real talk.
But you pivoted to the children and found a way. So what we're taught is the coin is in the fish's mouth. You want wealth? Look at Brother Ben. Brother Ben, all he does is
Love that, brother.
he takes the teachings and use social media at a high degree and put it out there, and he's doing extremely well financially. Everyone in the nation that's taking these teachings and putting it out there are doing well because the coin is in a fish's mouth. So yeah, if you did approach religion the right way in this time, see, we're in a different time now. In this time, you'll benefit. Just tell the truth. Matter of fact, you're a historian. Just tell the truth of history. Let the world know who Elijah Muhammad is. And for those who are scholars, again, I put the link in the chat. Do you know how hard it is to get a PhD? You gotta defend your dissertation in front of people who are already doctors and experts who are trying to tear your thing down. And he comes in the room talking about, I'm about to prove to you that God came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, and writes an 800-page dissertation that's being cited all over the world right now. No one has a higher concentration of scholars in organizational wise than the Nation of Islam. We have more scholars per capita, more doctors per capita, more authors per capita. Many of you never heard of them because, of course, they're not going to put us on MSNBC and CBS and all and Fox and all that. We just out here we just out here working and hoping everybody where at least enough people recognize before it's too late.
Word. Word. I love it. I love it. Yeah, thank you for that, brother. We definitely trying to grow. Hey, shout out to y'all. Got your cameras on, y'all in here. Terrence, you be safe out there driving, listening, brother. Don't get too caught up in the discussion. Adi, Ben, Joanne. I'm sorry, excuse me, young lady. Jaquanda, I don't know. I'm Alan. I'm messing that up. I'm sure. Asha, Josette, Betsy. Thank you. Yes, I got some comments in the I had a comment anyway. That said there was a couple of things. Hey, let's limit the time of people. People have been waiting. We're not gonna do that. Not right now. It's a small group. Get your whole ass thought out. Get it all out. Take your time. Right? We got to agree with it, right? If you don't like it, you know what you can do. You can click off. But let's let people be heard. Today isn't about religion, but I went on a religious rant. We gonna have this conversation right now, right? Hopefully we get back to the family. I want to have that conversation too, right? But this is important. this is who's here, right? Grandma busy tomorrow. She told y'all to stay out of grown folk business. Show up Saturday, get this pumpkin pie, get this sweet potato pie, get this food, get this soul food. And we got a smaller crowd. We want to hear from us. Whatever it if the heartbeat got something going different, and I know I took it left. It's totally me, y'all. It ain't y'all. And okay, if you're new to Sunday dinner, go get you a piece of paper and a pen because you got a thought and we done ran down the street. Write it down, bring the conversation back, right? That's okay, right? This is a normal thing. If you're new here and you like, we supposed to be, get over that, get over it, right? We're supposed to come together and commune and have important discussions and conversations. That's what this is about. So if the conversation ebbs and flows or goes totally off topic, like I took y'all, let's deal with it. Or don't. Anyway, Asa, did I get that right, brother?
Yes, you did.
Okay, brother, come on into the discussion. Take it wherever you may, young man.
Thank you, my brother. Greetings from Canada.
Canada in the building.
Yes, sir.
Wait. Are you 51st state Canada?
First state? They're trying. I
couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
But as I said, a Jamaican Canadian here, going to bring a little bit of jerk and curry flavor to the dinner, if you don't mind.
I love it. It's tasty. Let's go, brother.
Yeah. So listen, I just want to just piggyback on something that you said. I also made a pilgrimage to the motherland, to the Holy Land, and for me, my Holy Land is Africa.
I love it.
Right. So I've done the pilgrimage. I've been to Gorée Island. I've been to
Senegal.
Yes, sir. Visited the slave castles in Ghana. They said Jamaicans, which is my heritage, came from the Cormance region of Ghana. So I visited the Cormance region and I visited the slave castles there.
Wow. I haven't been there, brother.
Yeah, man. So, I stood in the slave castle where my ancestors were probably went through that door of no return, right? One of the things that I saw when I was in the motherland, when I visited these slave castles, and you referenced this a little bit, you'd have the dungeons where they would keep our people, right? And then they would have a specific dungeon for the rebellious Africans. I'm not going to call them slaves because they weren't slaves.
I love that.
So
the righteous Africans that was in their right mind. Yeah, let's go.
Who refused to be subjugated. So what they did was they put them in this pit. And above the pit, and I don't know what castles you went to, but the design was above the pit was the chapel. So while the Europeans were worshiping and singing to God, they were singing above human beings who they couldn't subjugate, and they would starve them to death. Now, I grew up as a Christian. I can tell you that that experience changed my whole dynamics and my whole understanding and my whole purpose of what Christianity is. In fact, I no longer became a Christian in the way that religion was pushed upon us, that Western view. I also visited the northern parts of Ghana and also the northern parts of Senegal. Within the northern parts of Ghana and Senegal, I visited fields. Now, and there were slave fields. Now, we all know about the transatlantic slave trade where the Europeans put our people in dungeons and took them through the door of no return during the transatlantic slave trade. But what we don't talk a lot about is the trans-Saharan slave trade.
Okay,
and the trans-Saharan slave trade was the slave trade that was initiated by the Arabs, by the Muslims. And one of the things that we don't talk about and that we do not reference enough is that the Arabs, the Muslims, were depopulating Africa from this 7th century. So basically 7 to 800 years before the Europeans were depopulating Africa. So that again, it created within me, or it opened my eyes, that whether it's religion or whether it's politics or social philosophies or even African philosophy or African religious beliefs or anything else like that, there is an exploitive nature that religion can be used for.
Mm,
There's a positive way and there's an exploitive way,
definitely.
right? So one of the things that I came to realize and understood about religion and the exploitive way is it brought me back actually to the 4 Gospels. So instead of being a Christian, I wanted to be Christ-like.
Oh, come on, brother.
Brother David mentioned something earlier, which he talked about. Christ talks about a framework, and yes, within that framework is where you find, or where I find, and I'll speak for me, where I found my purpose. So my purpose wasn't to follow religion. My purpose is to follow Christ, to follow that framework. And what does that mean to me? Because Paul says, hey, study and show yourself approved. Paul said the Berean Christians, he referenced them because he said, no matter what I spoke about, they went home and they studied to make sure that what I said was true. The problem with a lot of Christians or Muslims or those who follow African religious beliefs or political systems or whatever, they don't study. They just listen and they hear and they just follow along. And one of the things that makes it easier today is social media. Because in social media, all thing you got to do is go onto Instagram or TikTok or Facebook and use 5 minutes of your time and feel that you're being educated. No, you're being miseducated. In fact, you're being conditioned. Because because to have a purpose, you need an understanding. To have a purpose, if you need a framework, you have to study. So I don't so much go on social media. I read books. Because social media is 5 minutes. A book may take me 2 or 3 days. And then I read instead of going to different social media sites, I read different books with different perspectives. So that I study and I'm grounded in what I believe. We are the only people, my brother, when you look at it, when we look at and this is what I say, when we look at as Black people, people of African descent, in a community that we have worldwide, we have the most churches, we have the most mosques, right? We have the most prophets, we have bishops, we've got evangelists. And when you look at us as a people throughout the world, you would think that we are cursed, not blessed because of all our religious beliefs. You look at the conditions that we are in, whether it's in Africa, the Caribbean, the way they treat us in Europe, the way they treat you guys in America. You would think that we are cursed. And what's the new religion now? Coaches. You have life coaches, you have relationship coaches, you have business coaches, all within the Black community, mental health coaches, all of this. The new hustle. The former hustle was, you talked about, people can open up a church. Listen, my brother, I just retired not too long ago, and I said to my wife, because people were going to say, well, what are you going to do now that you're retired? I said, I'm going to open a church. Make me some money. Get me some tax breaks. So that was the old hustle. The new hustle is now everybody is a coach, some sort of lifestyle or life coach. Because in that way, because as you say, they can prey on people, whether it's in the church, Prey, or whether it's with these new coaching experts. They just prey on people. And the reason why they prey on people is because we do not want to take the time to invest in our spirituality. We do not want to take the time to invest in our intellect. We do not want to take the time to invest in our relationships. We do not want to take the time to invest to understand what is my purpose and place in this world. And I'll bring it right down to family.
Oh, come on, tie the knot for me, brother. Let's go.
So for family, I understood that I had a purpose as a Black man to create a Black family.
Wow.
Right? So I will tell you, I've dated women from different races and cultures or whatever, but then I made a conscious decision that, you know what? I want to have a Black family and I want to create a black family and have a purpose and a foundation that I can have a black family that will increase our chances of success. So what did I do? Well, I made sure that I didn't have children with different women. That's one of the things I did. I made that conscious decision. I was going to get married and have children with one wife. And that's just my personal thing. I'm not saying that my way is the only way, but this is my purpose. Therefore, with that purpose, I'm not conflicted. There's no confliction where my time and energy goes. Right? There's no confliction when I say to my kids, this is so once we have that foundation and I set expectations because I've got purpose. This is our expectations as a family. This is what we achieve. These are the standards. This is what we do and do not do. This is our values. This is what we do. And it is based in not so much religion, but in my belief in being a Christ-like follower, to being Christ-like. Now, I can't tell you what being Christ-like is to you. I would just say go read the four Gospels to begin with. Figure it out for yourself, because the Bible says every person has to figure out their own salvation with God. So figure it out for yourself. I figured it out for me. So I've created a black family, and I can tell you, my brother, I've created a black family where my kids, I've got a son, 17 years old, I'm going to university next year, because the proof is in the pudding. Success breeds success. And as you said, your life has to be your testimony. When people look at you and I don't have to, if I have to talk about what I'm all about and people can't see it, then of course people ain't going to believe it. It's hypocritical. No one's going to buy into that. But hey, if they can look and they see what you're doing and the success, right, or the fruits of that labor, then that's what they will buy into. So, for example, as I said, my son, right, 17 years old, just made it into in Canada here. He got into university, the top university for finance, right? After it's Western, it's called Western University. After 2 years, he can apply to the Ivy Business School. You guys can Google it. It's a top business school in Canada. He got pre-approved already. He hasn't even started yet. So he's already been pre-approved to get into the Ivy School of Business once he reaches his third year. They just sent him $10,000 in scholarship that they say that they're going to give him every year because of his marks. My son is also in Air Cadets, right? Last year he learned how to fly gliders before he even had his driver's license. This year he was chosen to go to learn how to fly single engine planes. He's also a part of this finance DECA. It's called a DECA thing at his school. It's a finance club, business club. He's the first black president of the club, and he took his team 2 years in a row to Orlando to compete internationally. So this is the foundation of what I laid out for my black family. These are the fruits. My daughter is 13, right? She's going to be the valedictorian of her class.
Let's go.
Right? She's on the honor roll. She's already at 13 years old. She's already got a job for the summer. At 13 years old.
Wow.
So these are the things that, brother, if you want to talk about laying a foundation of the black family can be successful. But how can you be successful? Well, you need foundation. You need a framework. And that framework to be successful comes from, and I will say it, comes from right from the beginning, where you, as a man and a woman, you are purposeful. You're purposeful in what it is that you want to achieve. So I don't really get into arguments about, is this religion better, that religion, this politics is better, that politics is better, that. No. Listen, if it can be utilized for me and my family for us to get ahead, and for us to get a positive impact, then that will also impact positively upon the community. And once it impacts upon the community, then it goes out. And I'll land the plane with this. I have come to understand, my brother, that not every brother or sister is a brother or sister because of color.
Word.
There's some people who I do not want to unify with. Black people, I'll tell you straight up. Some people I do not want to unify. They bring nothing to the table for me. They bring nothing of positive, nothing positive. I'm not saying that they're not valuable, but we have to be very. I'm very discerning and very I'll even use the word discriminating in
Got it.
who I allow within my circle, who, not just to influence me, but influence my kids, my wife, because we're trying to create a certain type of black family that is based on excellence, that is based on responsibility, that is based on accountability, right? That is based on living right, whatever it is that we determine through our framework, what living right is all about. And that is the foundation of how I built my black family. And I can say for myself that our life as a black family is the testimony of what we're all about, regardless of what our religious belief is. So I don't really get too caught up on that, right? But I can understand because again, as a people, and I'll end with this, as a people, we will take a abandoned business or an abandoned factory, turn it into a church or a mosque to pray for a job. Think about that. We will take an abandoned factory or an abandoned business, turn it into a church or a mosque, and show up every Sunday to pray for a job so that we can pay tithes instead of utilizing that building for its original purpose. Peace, love, and black power.
Nope. Because I got questions for you, brother. One, God damn it, y'all give some love to this brother in them comments. First, number one. Number one, that was my first thing. Two, brother, is this your first Sunday dinner?
No,
Sunday.
I've been here about three or four times.
Okay. Forgive me for not
No
remembering
problem.
and all of that. Man, you rock me. You rock me. All right. Thank you for that. My third thing, I want to say thank you. I want to slow down and say thank you. Cause, oh my God, you gave so much, right? And I love that you brought it back to the family and got me on point with the conversation. So thank you for that. But brother, ain't nowhere in hell you just retired. How old are you, brother? Ain't no goddamn what is it? Am I the only one, y'all? I can't be the only one now. He
The
talking about
Bible
he
says
retired. You a retirement lie.
the Bible says God beautifies the meek with salvation.
Hey, hey, you spent a long life meekly, brother. Like, wow, man. I don't even know what I thought your age is, but I damn sure didn't think you was of age to retire, brother. And then I ain't gonna say finally because maybe I can get you to say more because I'm trying to prompt you anyway.
Sorry, like just so you know, I'm 63. 63.
So we just lying to each other? I
No,
thought we was cool, man.
no,
We ain't
no.
cool no more? All right, he's 63. Shit, I'm 23. All right. So y'all if you wanted to know my age, I'm 23. We just lying to each other. Man, are you serious, brother? Shit, we gotta have another conversation about what the hell is you eating? Cause right? Like, and how is you living this stress-free life, brother? Anyway, thank you for saying everything that you dropped. Um, you really messed me up with that 63. I really can't right now. I'm trying my notes, but I'm kind of thrown off because brother just said 63. That's crazy. I got like two questions, and y'all, I'm taking time because we only got a couple of people on the call, right? With 27 people, two hands up. Let's dig in, right? So my first question to you is, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to go with first, right?
Go ahead, brother.
You mentioned I'm no longer Christian. So I just give them both to you, and you can address however you want to. You mentioned I'm no longer Christian. I just wanted you to say more.
Okay,
That's
well, I
all.
mean,
Hold on, hold
yeah,
on. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna give you the other question, and
okay.
just so you can just flow it all in, right? So I'm no longer Christian. What do you mean? Like, just go more. It ain't like I don't understand. I just want you to say for being sake for saying, and then why did you feel like that intentionality of the Black family creation wasn't?
I think he froze.
You
Did he freeze? Or is it I'm the only one? He did freeze?
Yeah, I think he
Yep, I
froze.
think
Can you
he
hear me,
froze.
Asa?
Yeah, he think he froze. Okay, well, I'll just start while
you can hear me?
goes back.
It's
Oh, I
freezing.
Yeah.
froze. Am I
Okay.
am I back?
It
Yes,
You're
goes in
back.
and out.
Yeah, you're back
Okay,
now.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got so all of y'all that got the co-host invite, I invited y'all because this internet in Vegas is janky. So that's why I did that. I didn't want it to drop again.
Yeah, it's going in and out. It's
In
going
and
in
out.
and out. Yep. Because I keep missing like comments
Okay.
that you all were making.
Thank you. And thank you. Can y'all hear me, brother Asa? Can you hear me real quick?
Yeah,
No,
I
you
can hear you.
frozen too.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, you got me real quick. So let me just spit the shit to you. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I
Okay.
know you said I'm a Christian. What does that mean to you?
Okay. So in regards
And
to that,
secondly, why was the Black family creation important to you?
yeah.
Now, I'm gonna drop.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead,
You
go ahead.
still
If you can
breaking
hear
up.
me,
You
go.
still
Just go.
breaking up, Freddie.
Why I'm no longer
Yeah.
Christian. What does that mean to you?
Okay. Hopefully I'm not breaking up because it's coming in intermittent here.
No, it's just Freddie
That's
breaking
me.
up.
Yes, you're fine, brother. Also, it's Freddie.
Okay. Um, like, you know what? I mean, terms are terms, and a lot of times we get caught up in terms, right? Because once you have a certain term, a lot of connotation comes with that term, right? So it's not that I have anything about Christian being called a Christian or stuff like that. It's just the way I look at myself, right? The way I look at it is, as I said, once I and this changed the way I looked at at my belief. What do I believe, right? As a Christian, what is it that I believe? Right? As I said, there's a lot of connotations and a lot of things that people say you believe if you're a Christian. If you're a Catholic, you believe certain things. If you're a Protestant, you believe certain things. If you're a Pentecostal, you believe certain things. If you're a Baptist, you believe certain things. And then what ends up happening is there becomes this conflict or this these debates, right? To me, that isn't important, right?
Division.
What is important is what is it that I believe, right? And for me, to get back to what is it that I believed, I had to go back to the source of my belief, which is the four gospels, because that's where it starts for me, right? What is it? Because I'm a follower of Christ. So if I want to be Christ-like, and as Brother David said, if I want to understand what that framework is, I need to study it for myself. And to study it not so that I can follow a denomination or to follow some sort of theology, but to follow and to find a purpose. Because Christ didn't come preaching religion, he came preaching purpose. That's how I look at it. So if I want to be Christ-like, I need to find within that framework what is my purpose. So that's where it begins with me. When it comes to the black family, to me it was very simple. I think that, or I believe that, for us as a people to overcome everything that we need to overcome, the struggles that we face day in, day out, for me, it has to be, the foundation has to be the black family, right? The Bible says that when God created Eve, Eve was a helpmeet to Adam. What does that mean? To me, that means that he created a partner to help him meet whatever his desires were, whatever his ambitions were, whatever it is that he wanted to achieve. She helped him meet those goals. So for me, as a black man and creating a black family, for us to meet whatever it is, those expectations, those goals, those ambitions, those desires, I need a black woman by my side. Straight up, unapologetic. Now, if you want to date outside your race or marry outside your race, I have no issue with that. You be with whoever you love. But I made that conscious decision. I made a conscious decision to love a black woman, to find and love a black woman, and not any black woman, but the black woman that God has purposed. Again, that word, purpose, for me as a helpmeet, to help me meet whatever it is I need to meet as an individual, so I can help her meet whatever it is she needs to meet as an individual, and together we can work together to help meet what the purpose that we have as a black family. And that's the foundation, and everything else flows from that. So for my kids, coming back to the family, we didn't turn our kids over to the school system. No, they went to the public school, but we were responsible for our kids' education. We don't turn our children over to the pastor or to a church. No, we are responsible for their religious education, right? So we take that where we are the foundation. And from that foundation, if it doesn't fit within our purpose and our framework as a black family, whether it comes from the school or from the church, we reject it. We reject it. If it is something that is positive for us, to help us to meet what God's will is for us, then we accept it. But if it doesn't meet within God's will or within God's purpose that he has laid on my heart, on my wife's heart, on my kid's heart, then we reject it. And we can easily reject it, because we are not bound by a certain way of theology or a certain way of thinking. I have had to decolonize my mind. I've had to decolonize the way I look at religion. I've had to decolonize the way I look at politics. I've had to decolonize the way I look at another black man or the way I look at another black woman. But that doesn't come from watching TikTok or Instagram. That comes from study, that comes from reflection, that comes from living life, that comes from making mistakes, that comes from speaking your mind, that comes from shutting up. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. So I believe, and I teach this to my kids, you should listen twice as much as you speak. If you're speaking more than you're listening, you're not growing. You're not learning anything. I can tell you this. My son and daughter, you go in their room, they've got more books in their room than they have video games. And for those of you, and I will say this, and this is the last thing I'm going to drop. If you go in your kid's room and they've got more video games than books, well, anyway, let me just drop it there. I don't want to offend nobody.
Good
anyway,
brother.
So that's just me. That's my jerk and my curry sauce. Flavor.
Yes. I love, brother, thank you. I think we need, brother Asa need more. He need more space to talk around here. Well said, brother. There's nothing I can add to what you said, and I appreciate you for saying it. You know what I mean? Like, for real, man. These are the discussions that we need. And how the hell I look like you at 63? I do need that. Right. Okay, I would try to keep it going. Hey, good luck to y'all for following that, brother. But this is why we need the community to have these discussions, right? There's so much knowledge trapped in your heads, and your words aren't being spreaded. Man, brother dropped a lot of bombs. I'm gonna just keep it going. Come on, Sister Bess. Wait, where I got you? Yep, Betsy, come on in. Come on in to discuss. Good luck. I don't know. This is like, brother that was deep. That was deep. What say you, young lady? Oh, you gotta unmute. You gotta unmute. Yeah.
Trying to do.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
All
Let's go.
right. Okay. Ugh. Do you? My picture doesn't show right.
We
You can
see
hear
you.
me. Okay. I just wanted to say hi, and I wanted to
Hi.
say thank you for this Saturday Sunday dinner
Right.
because usually I have something. I think your Sunday dinners are from 3 Eastern time, 2 hours worth.
Yes.
I have something from 3 Eastern time. I could come late. Would you let me in late?
Yep.
Okay, because I
Grandma,
think we always meet. And
grandma
once in a while,
going.
my conflict, once in a while, we don't have a meeting on that day, but we do. So I wanted to say hi and I want to say thank you. And what I'm hearing about, it's also good. And I believe so much of it. And I'm not shy about talking, but I'm not going to rattle on. I could rattle. But
Go
what I
for it.
want to say is you said something, Freddie, about the topic, Black community dinner foundation, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And I have no ability to call myself Black. I can't call myself Black, but then on the other hand, nobody knows. My family, my father's side was from Slovenia, and Slovenia was itty bitty little place, maintained their sovereignty of a language and all that kind of thing, pretty pleased with that. But they went under the Austro-Hungarian Empire forever. They lived as, okay, you got to use the land and everything, and then they come in and take almost everything and give you a little to eat on and all that. So that's kind of my background. And this story is like about Blackness. I mean, nobody would call themselves Black, but every once in a while, so the story goes, because Slovenia was overrun by everybody. Okay. And some of the people that overran were Ethiopian and people in that area. The story goes that every once in a while, a family who would never consider themselves Black um, had a child that was born not looking Black, but later became Black, because a lot of times your color changes with that, if I'm making some sense. And that
Right.
came from apparently the fact that, our genetic selves, we carry a little bit of that. And if it matches up just right, you might have a baby. It wasn't that somebody that you had sex with somebody of a different race or anything, but it shows up in the genes. And I think that's an interesting thing. And I think when
Mm.
you say Black, people don't 100% know. There's no good label for anything. Black, okay, African American. Well, if you're African, you're not necessarily American. It goes on and on. I teach at community college for one more year if we have enough enrollment, and then I've got a retirement age that we had to kind of take. And you can
Congratulations.
go back and do some, but it's so nice, we celebrate these different times and all that. And you talk about how do you call anybody anything? None of those terms are exactly right. But the thing about Black community and Black family, and is that eroding? I can say it's eroding all over the place. My
Oh,
little student,
interesting.
these are community college. I teach psychology, so that touches everything. It's great. But you if you don't have a foundation of things that you believe in or a community to be able to share with, you are so diminished. And so many of my people don't have that. They're in their screen and social media and all that stuff. We all know that stuff, all that. It's just kind of sad little story for all those things. But I was interested in that because I think that community feel is gone. When I grew up as a child, we didn't have screens. We had people, and we didn't have, most people didn't have air conditioning. So it's hot. What do? You sit outside, people go for a walk, they say hi to each other. You knew people. And I was lucky enough in my community, it wasn't so much like a gossipy thing. Sometimes when people know each other, they feel people are intrusive. But I had it was so nice. You knew who people were. And when there was a need, it kind of got spread around. You did what you could do. Nobody had to ask you. It was just nice. And that's gone because people having a you can't afford to live, so you have to have these extra jobs or think that you do and all that stuff. But anyway, I was so happy to be able to attend this today. And I want to be able to do that. And it says you welcome anybody. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be Black, whatever that is. I mean, you want people who be able to do that. And you want to have people get along together. And I want to talk about just briefly. Okay, Christianity is probably our biggest thing in the United States. If you say Christian, that covers so many different names of Christianity. And when you look at that, what happens is people, no, our way is the best. No, you don't believe that, so you're wrong. And you waste all this time.
Energy,
And
yeah.
what a lot of us who really follow things that are important, we say we're in the truth. Truths are taught. And that could be any of the religions that have whatever you have. They hopefully they're not teaching you the bad stuff. They're not teaching you go ahead and make money and use it on yourself and poop on everybody else. But I mean, it's that like the idea of truth, and a lot of that's philosophical backgrounds and all that. And I think that's really kind of beautiful. And if you look at truth, values, if you treat people right, whatever that is, are you kind? Do you encourage each other? Do you help out when you are able? Do you ask for help sometime? Because we're not all perfect and you shouldn't have to act that way. And it's all good. And I just think I mean, all Christianity, you have the same beliefs, the same, Bible, and it's Hebrew and Greek scriptures, both. I mean, they combine. And, a lot of those are similar to other religions as well. But we spend so much time arguing about that you don't know how to practice it. You don't know what you're doing. So it's not just learning, it's not education about stuff. It's your application of what you learned and helping each other and going to going to people that that you can trust if you're having trouble and talk with them and they talk with other people and we do that. And it's just so beautiful. And I can't be happier I'm not going to put a label on it because it's going to distort it. I'm not going to even, I don't care. But there's just truth is all of it. And love, love, love. That's a central part of everything. Treat everybody with love. I'm done. I think I'm done.
No, yeah, no, you not know. You might be done, but you in there. You
Yeah.
right. Because this.
Again sometime, but it will be late mostly. And other than that, our meeting schedule changes in January and then it changes again. Our
All
meetings
right.
on.
Well, I appreciate you being able to make it today and
Oh,
dropping
it's so
your
great.
insights.
Appreciate it.
It's a
I'm
strong
listening to some of
discussion.
YouTube videos and all that, catching up. Pretty good.
All right, all right, all right. I'm glad.
Good. Thank
I'm
you.
glad. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love it. Yeah, you can't always get it all out. There's a lot that's going on, but it's just the truth because this ain't about, and hopefully, none of y'all take it as my comments as like an attack on Christianity. It's just like, it's really oh, this is better. I don't attack Christianity. I'm attacking you. I'm not attacking your faith. I'm not going to attack your God. I'm not going to attack your religion. I'm attacking you. I want you to know, I'll say it out. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Y'all don't scare me. I'm attacking you. I want you to not only be better Christians, Muslims, esoteric individuals, as my man David talk about. I want to challenge you to be that. Not to believe it, not to talk about it. Be the example that you can say, all right, Jesus did his thing. All right, whatever, however that will happen. But yesterday, I leaned in and I did this, right? And I know it's like, you get on social media to do a good deed and and it's whatever is demonized. Put that shit on social media. Put it out there. Now, don't put it out there and just I don't know. Listen, I'm a C student, y'all. I want y'all to know that. Aggrandize, am I getting the right word? Somebody give me a yes, no, correct me in the comments. Don't just build yourself up. Challenge the person that's watching it to be the things that they're saying. We don't need these words. I love that, Betsy. I love it. We don't need these words. Everybody done said it. It's been said way more poetically than you could ever come up with it. I bet you won't do it. I bet you won't do it. I wish that was a religion. I bet you won't do it. I bet you won't do it. Period. That's as ignorant as that sounds, as crazy as that sounds, it ain't. That's what your Jesus was about. That's what he was doing. He didn't talk about it, he did it. I bet you won't do it. All right, I'm gonna be quiet because it be hard to be silent, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. Brother David, come on back in, brother. Mutant, I got Brother David, I got Miss Janelle, then I got Brother
Can you hear me?
Gregory. Yes, sir, I got you.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to bear witness to what the last two speakers have said. I
Mm.
hope you can hear me because I'm outside walking on my
We got you,
one
brother.
hour walk. But the sister highlighted truth, no matter what the religion, whatever your leanings are, let truth be that which guides you.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, as I pointed out to you earlier, what most people are rejecting in so-called religion is the lies that have corrupted religion. And it's undeniable what a lot of the exploitation that's going on in religion is undeniable, and people are rejecting it. And so we have to get back to the truth. I also appreciate what the brother said before, from Canada. I believe the name is Asa.
Awesome.
See, if you look at the name of my name, it say Black Family Resurrected. I've had a focus on that for a very long time. And in order to really resurrect your family, you have to have a value system. This is what
Mm.
religion is supposed to give you. Is a value system, a code of conduct that you move from. Because we have a lot of people in our community that are educated, but what happens a lot of times is they sell out to the system. So they don't take their talents and go back and rebuild the community. Integration told us that white people ISIS coded. So we destroyed our neighborhoods and our businesses to get closer to our former slave masters and their children. So truth and a value system is what's needed to reestablish, or as I say, resurrect the Black family. Now, what I do, because you asked the question or made the statement that we should go on social media and declare what it is that we're doing
Mm-hmm.
to help the community. Every Friday, 7:30, I have a self-improvement class at my home. I used to do it at the mosque here in Dallas, but I moved it to my home. Well, I made another one at my home, and we still got the one at the mosque. So we've essentially grown. And so my home is big enough to host one. And that's what I do on Friday, 7:30. Instead of being out kicking the club and whatever, and do what you do. But for me at 7:30 on Friday nights, I'm hosting the self-improvement class because again, you can have all the education you want, but if your character is weak, then it's just a matter of time before that weakness cause a major problem, especially if you're trying to build something. So this self-improvement is called self-improvement. These study guides were lectures that were turned into a book form, lectures by the Minister Farrakhan. It's called self-improvement, the basis for community development. So if we're trying to turn our communities around, where families are the cornerstone.
Mm.
And the way you turn your families around is you have to have a value system, a code of conduct. You have to have truth, move on truth, and build the character of your children. And so I appreciate what the brother was saying.
Yeah.
I appreciate what the sister had mentioned with
Yes.
regard to truth. But I also want to just have a point of clarification. Uh, remember, Kyrie Irving got in trouble because he had posted this documentary that was on Netflix, by the way,
For
that
25 minutes.
that highlighted that Black people are the original Hebrews, and many know that part of the world. I mentioned how the European takes over things. We talk about the transatlantic slave trade done by so-called Christians, but the slave trade by so-called Muslims was also in effect long before and lasted 1,000 years.
1,000
But
years.
calling those
1,000
people,
years. Hold on. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
yeah, no,
It
do you think?
started 1,000 years before the
I'm sorry.
Christian
Yes, sir.
slave trade. And it's
Yes, sir.
still going on. Y'all going to
And it's
Dubai.
still
I'm
going on.
sorry, man. I'm jumping in now. Y'all going to
Yeah, do your thing.
Dubai, spending that money. You have no idea about the history. They rich on your back. Anyway, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. No problem. The only nuance I would add to that is saying that Christians in the slave trade or Muslims in the slave trade, that's like saying Hebrews are over there bombing and committing genocide in Gaza.
Mm,
We know that's not true. These are Europeans. These so-called Arabs, they're Europeans. The
mm,
KKK in the white sheets burning crosses, calling themselves Christian, those are Europeans.
mm.
In Islam, the mission of a Muslim is to free a slave. So
Regardless.
they're not Muslims. So we have, again, that's why we have an emphasis on language in the nation,
Interesting.
because you can get caught up and conditioned without realizing it. So I just wanted to just a point of clarification.
No,
Truth or the context?
thank you. Thank you for that, brother. And I can tell y'all this, brother. I got you, brother Gregory. Sister Janelle next, then brother Gregory. I'll say this: we gonna have a religious discussion. Like we gonna do a whole. It might even be this. We might just continue it. I don't know. It's clear that we need to have it. And now that I'm evolving a little bit, y'all just rock with me. I'm growing too, right? Sister Janelle, what say you, young lady?
Okay, so I'm coming here on camera since everybody else is
Come on with your own camera seal.
but I'm going off as soon as I get through
That's
talking.
all right. I live with it.
But it's been a lot that's been said, and I agree with pretty much everything that's been said. I will add to that the fact that people use religion as a crutch, and they allow it to be an excuse for not accomplishing things. So, Brother Asa made a good point when he said
Oh, he killed
that
it.
he knew for him, and I felt the same way for him, it was not his goal to have children without being married. The goal was the same for me. It just didn't work out quite like that. I didn't have any kids at all. But the important thing is that I didn't use religion as a crutch to try and say that, oh, I'm gotten pregnant now, but I'm religious, so I'm keeping the baby because I'm religious. And premarital sex is supposed to be a bad thing, but then you flip around and say, but I'm having this child, but there's no relationship, there's no bond. That's what part of the foundation for the family has gone. That's where it has fallen off and fallen apart because people don't understand that there's a definite dynamic that comes into play with a man and a woman in a household raising children. So you can't just say that it's mother's doing everything and this father's doing everything. No, I came into this world with a mother and a father who also were married. So for me, that set an example. And when you have that example as a part of your foundation, if you're taught it the right way, you learn it, you understand, it's ingrained in you. For me, my mother took it a step further because my father passed when I was 9. She became a single parent. I think I mentioned that before, because before single parenting was even a thing, right? So she didn't try to get us to go for religion one way or the other. My mother made us actually not really like religion at all, if I'm being honest. I don't have a preference for any one particular religion because my mother thought that we should be exposed to it all. She was probably a very wise woman in that aspect. She decided that she would have us attend different churches and we would attend different functions. And for 2 or 3 summers, we went to 3 different camps. We went to the Joy of Jesus, which was no joy. We went to the Catholic Youth Organization, which was okay. And then we went to Camp Athena, which was a non-denominational sponsored program just for kids in general. That was probably the best experience because they didn't focus on trying to make people feel some kind of way for being one religion or another, or for feeling like they had a foundation that was incorrect. Oh, you're Baptist. That's the wrong foundation. Oh, you're Lutheran. That's the wrong foundation. Oh, you're a Catholic. That's the wrong foundation. No, the problem isn't necessarily with the religion per se. It's with people's interpretation of it and how they use it as a crutch. I have never been allowed to do that. Right now, I believe in God. I'm a spiritual person. I don't believe in the foolishness that they all trying to sell to folks and that folks are buying. And they buying it using their last dime to do it, right? So if you have somebody who's telling you that, oh, we got this building fund and this building fund's been going on for 25 years, there might not be a building coming. I'm just saying, there might not be a building coming. Or if it's pastor's anniversary and you unemployed, but you expected to give just on the strength of it being pastor's anniversary, what are we learning here? What are we teaching here? What is the goal? The goal should be for us to be united and unified and understanding each other and just being good people. Being a good person has nothing to do with religion because I know a lot of religious people who are not good people. And they might not admit to that, but I'll say it for them. You're not a good person if you think that you can hurt other people and that makes you good because you go to church every Sunday. I don't care what religion you are. Going to church every Sunday does not exonerate you. It just gives you a crutch that you continuously use to hurt other people. There is nothing religious about that. That's the exact opposite of what religion, quote unquote, is supposed to be. I don't have a problem with the Nation of Islam because to me, the Nation of Islam is not a religious organization, if that makes sense to anybody. To me, the Nation of Islam is more about support and brotherhood. And for me, that gives it a different type of it gives it a different type of, I'm looking for the word. It's not coming to me right now. But it just gives a different type of energy and it puts something different out there for people to understand that you need to be a good person, not because of what other people are doing, but you need to be a good person because this is a part of the principles of what we are putting out here. If you want to be with us, you need to take a look at yourself. You need to evolve as a person. You need to get your life together. You need to step up and be a part of your community. And for me, that has always looked like volunteering with different organizations. That has always looked like giving money to different causes. That's always looked like for me, I did Habitat for Humanity. Probably would never do that again. But it's one of those things that I think everybody needs to give back and help other
In
people.
some way.
Yeah, yeah. In some way, you can't just be out here in the world living on a limb, swinging from tree to tree, acting like you are an island. And then when you have a problem, you want other people to come and rescue you. That's not how things work. That's not how the world works. And certainly, you can't rely upon any religion to do that. I remember, or any church or organized type of situation per se. I remember when my mom passed, I had started going to a new church at the time because I was still attending church. And the church that I went to, I wasn't looking for them to host her services or anything. All of that had been taken care of. Her own church was doing all of that. All I wanted was for somebody from the choir, or for the choir even as a whole, just a few people, to come and sing. I was not aware at the time that there was turmoil going on at the church, which is something that is frequent and always, no matter what church it is. But they were actually having turmoil. So when I reached out, nobody got back to me. And that left a bad taste in my mouth. And then I found out that other people had experienced similar situations where they're reaching out to the church, this entity that is supposed to be supporting them, that they have supported, that is not giving back to them in any way, whether it's just physical support or just words or encouragement. I didn't get any of that from my own church at that time. So that made me leave them alone for about 5 years until COVID hit. And when COVID hit, I went back because we were all in the house, right? So I did the online thing, but that did not change. And I soon realized within a couple of months that the reasons why I had left them, they were still the same issue. It's still the same issue if you're telling people to love on one another, but that's not what's happening and that's not what's being done. If you're telling people to be kind and to be good to each other, but that's not what's happening, that's not what you're doing. I'd rather give my money to a brother on the corner selling bean pies than to put it into another church that is not doing for the people that they advocate for, that they say they're advocating for. And then I noticed that somebody did make the comment, and I can't remember who it was, saying that it seemed like you were attacking Christians. I don't see what you say as an attack. I do agree with the growth. I haven't been around for 10 years like
Yeah,
Brother
David.
David.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but I see that growth. But I think that anytime people are questioned, they go into a godlike mode where they feel like they are beyond questioning. And that's where your problem starts to begin with.
Ouch.
Nobody is so great that they cannot be questioned. Nobody is so great that they can't expect for people to have expectations of them. And you should want to have expectations of yourself. You should have, as Mr. Asa said, a playbook, something that you have a foundation on. And if you don't, then as you would say, Freddie, what the hell are you doing?
What the hell are you
What
doing?
the hell are you doing? Like what's going on here? And I know for me as a woman to say a lot of the things that I say and do a lot of the things I do, I catch a lot of flack for that. I catch it from my family. I catch it from people who think they're friends that I don't consider to be friends, because true friends know who you are.
Yeah.
And they accept you for who you are. So for me, it's the same thing with the religion. If you don't want to accept people for what they are and where they are, then no matter what you say, you can call yourself a Christian, you can call yourself a pastor, a preacher, the brother, the teacher. I don't care what you call yourself. I have no respect for you. And the respect isn't in a title. The respect is in the image that you put out to the world and the way that you actually act. The image and the actions have to match. You can't have an image that says you are glowing and then you act like a fool. That doesn't work for me. And it never has. And I call people out on it all the time. And the question was always, where do you have the audacity? Why don't I have the audacity? Why didn't somebody do it before me? Why not do it? Why are you allowing somebody to sit up here in your face, play games? I'm from the D, like you said. What up, though?
What up, though?
Where are we going with this? Because if it doesn't make sense, I'm not just going to sit idly by and say it makes sense. And that's a problem that people do. It's the thing that Felicia Rashad caught heat for. She made a comment. People didn't like it. They attacked her. What they really should have done was gone to the foundation of it and realized that what she said was actually true. And the fact that your feelings were hurt about it, I don't care. I don't care that your feelings were hurt about it. I don't care that things are not the way that you would like for them to be. This world would be a definite better place if people took a moment to just question some things, to just challenge what doesn't make sense, and then to figure out a plan where it gets better. And I think we lost Freddie again. So I'm all done.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. I thought we had lost you, but that's all I have to say. Look, I'm a little riled up.
No, I wanna like stoke the flames right now.
Look,
Thank you though. I appreciate the comment. I think it's all dope. I'm gonna let it go because you know you addressed that somebody feel like I attack. You know I go in now. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna be easy today. I'm gonna be easy. I'm gonna be easy today.
look,
Grandma got stuff going on, so I don't want to get too messy. But
yeah,
y'all know.
don't get yourself in trouble on a Saturday. The sun is shining and everything today.
Yeah.
Don't
You
look,
know I'm
don't
messy though. I'm
yeah.
messy though. I'm
You
messy.
look, you can be, but just don't do it right now. Just give
Not
it a
now.
moment. Nah.
I'm gonna let it slide there.
Yeah,
Well,
just
anytime you speak the truth, you're gonna get in trouble because people
that
don't
part
want to
is
hear
true
the
too.
truth.
Who
That part
that?
is true too.
Who that
That's
over there trying to
it's
say?
Roberta.
Roberta?
It's Roberta.
Yeah.
See,
It's Roberta.
Roberta,
Yep.
Roberta always starting that mess too, because she know I get messy and I will elaborate. I will elaborate. All right, I ain't gonna mess with
I'm
y'all.
trying to be
I'm gonna step
quiet. I'm
out of
trying to
that.
be
I'm gonna
quiet and
step
just
out.
Yeah,
take in
Janelle,
some
you
stuff. But
get out of here.
certain things just make you want to talk. But I'm gonna be quiet because somebody might really want to be in line. So I'm gonna get in line and talk. So I'm gonna
Get in
stop
line.
talking right
Get
now.
your hand up. Get your hand up. Let me get to Brother Gregory because I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let it slide from now. And I want y'all to know I'm only letting it slide for now because I ain't forgot. I made a note because if you do the Sunday dinner, get your notebook because you thinking about something. This conversation is going to slide on you, but we want you to be a part of it. Brother Gregory, listen, y'all.
Hey, what's up?
This brother here is an urban intellectual, man. I love this brother, and he is definitely bought into, the movement and things that we got. Let me be quiet, brother. You jump in. Let me shut up. This
Now,
ain't about
my
me.
question, my conversation is really going to land on you, Freddie.
Let's go. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Go ahead, brother. I'm with you.
I heard a lot of great conversation as relates to individual, but I'm going to focus on because it applies to me too. I'm going to focus on what Asa, did I pronounce his name right? ASA said. And I don't know if people heard when he was speaking, every time he said something that may have had indifference with other people in their religion, he stressed the phrase "for me." He stressed that, and I was picking up on that this is right for me, and all the things that he was talking about that I was picking up were good and righteous things. And so, as I was listening to others, or even myself, taking myself to the gamut of religions and organizations, to include, the Masons, uh, or the Catholic Church as a young teen, the Baptist Church, working with Muslims in Chicago. Um, how would I say? I'm not going to say the religion. I'm going to say individuals from those religions I felt myself indifferent to because of the characteristics that they presented or things that they had done that I felt I wouldn't want to do that. So now it wasn't so much the religion, but it was what they were doing as individuals. And I hope that makes sense because the last sister, she expounded on the like just basically saying, what good are you going to do? What good are you going to do? So in my position, as relates to religion, and Freddie, what I heard you talking about when this discussion got started that the challenge wasn't the religion, it was them as individuals. So my question to you is that correct?
One more time. Is
That you were challenging the individuals and what they're standing on as their standard of righteousness. That
am
you were
I challenging that?
Huh?
Am I challenging them?
No, were you challenging them to come with that? You weren't. My question to you is that in my view, you were not challenging people and their religion. You were challenging them and the basis of whatever it was that they used as their platform for righteousness.
Yes.
And bring that. I'm challenging you.
Yeah. Don't talk about it. Don't philosophize about it.
That's where I was like, I got to keep up with what people are saying, but not keeping up with what the discussion was supposed to be. That whatever your righteousness is, you come with that, because that's what I'm going to base my association on. You as an individual with. If you come representing a religion, and then you talk about this love, regardless of what that religion name is or that organizational name is.
Yeah.
That if you're not living up to that level of righteousness that you talk about, then I'm going to disassociate myself with you. I'm not going to go against your faith, because that's not my faith. That's yours. Now, notice my transition from religion to faith.
Yes.
They are intertwined, but they're also different. I don't have to put my faith in any religion, but I can put my faith in my learnings. I can put my faith in my truth. And my truth is not to harm people. My truth is even to seek forgiveness for those who I have harmed because of being in this man's military. And then having to come to know other things after getting the top secret clearance and finding out that I pledge my allegiance to a flag for which it stands, but what it stands for is not what it goes around the goddamn world doing. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Grandma,
Grandma
say, speak your mind, young man. Speak your mind.
So it pledges its allegiance for all this righteousness, but it goes around the world raising hell and havoc. And ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing different because I participated. And instead of me doing 30 years in the Marine Corps, after getting that clearance and being able to read, oh yeah, I can read and learn things. Like, oh no, what have I gotten myself into? And I'm not going against the military on the basis of the discipline it can teach, the endurance that it can give you. I'm going against it on the fact of knowledge that I came into and knowledge that I will share. That we don't really stand for a nation of righteousness. We don't. We don't. The lady that talked about, she can't call herself black. Now, this is me changing the subject from what the conversation was supposed to be, is you come with your righteousness. I would ask her, can you call yourself white? Because when I call myself black, my knowledge tells me I'm dealing with a construct. More so when I look at people who are white. Where did it come from? It's a construct. It's a construct for racism. It truly is.
I do think that's what she was kind of getting at. I don't mean to like speak for her. And no, Betsy, you want to come in?
If it is, that you know, I appreciate that. I am not without correction.
Okay.
Or clarity, because I wasn't getting it. All I heard was that I can't call myself black. I can't call myself black. And I'm saying, I'm scratching my head. So if that's what she was getting at, plus, because I can't really call myself black, but I can call myself black when I'm communicating with people in language. but I know I'm not black. I have taken black paint and guess what? That man create, and I have looked at people I saw darker than dark, that they so blue. And the paint cannot compare to the color of their skin. So I discerned myself with saying, man can't make that color. It can label it, it can identify it, but it cannot even create it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that color they say is, what is ebony ivory or ivory. So, but I've seen people so black they look blue.
What? Yes.
And I say, I want to just touch your skin. And then, oh my God, when I touch the skin, I thought I was touching a baby's butt,
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. I am
I seen them.
And it blew me away.
Go to the Sudan. Boy, you gonna see
it
something.
Blew me away. So in all, I am really deeply want to be engaged in this space with whatever religion that comes with those characteristics of love and caring for fellow man and woman. And mainly the children, as Asa said, the family. That is why I'm in this space. It is not about me converting you. And Freddie, you heard me say this, is that at 72 years old, I said, the one thing I love about all of this, that I rest assured that even going to Africa, is that I came to realize one day I would die knowing the truth versus dying without knowing.
Yes, you did.
That's my position, and I rest right there.
Yeah, one, you and brother Asa got to stop lying to us about y'all age. I don't appreciate. I don't appreciate y'all lying, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, if we gonna build something special, we gotta be honest about our age, right? So y'all in this 72 and 63, ain't nobody going for that, man.
Hey, I told my sister I done made my plan for the next 30 years.
That's hey. Y'all, I be talking about my daddy. My daddy
all the time. And
he be like 72. He be like, oh, young man. Young man, right? It's all in the mind, brother. But you got the spirit and the energy of a youth, and keep that, man. And we appreciate you.
Thank you.
And brother Asa, listen, man, anytime you want to talk, the mic is yours. Sister Betsy, I want you to have some time to respond. I don't know if I misquoted you. I don't know.
You it's exactly, I wasn't trying to call myself black at all. The point is, nobody would call me black. I mean, they would say, okay, Sylvania, well, you're Caucasian. But the thing is, nobody knows in their heritage what little mix of anything could be anyway.
Word.
And another thing, good old psychology. We had a guest speaker in Notre Dame, has a program where they send people out from Notre Dame at like cheap for us if we wanted to. And my partners in psychology thought, well, racism, people have a lot of confusion about that. That guy came and he started out with, racism, there's no such thing, because there's no way that you can really identify it. You can say, okay, like you said, you look at somebody, and somebody who's the whitest white milky person, maybe they would consider themselves African American or African, but their skin doesn't show it. I mean, there's no way to do that. And people don't have as much of a misunderstanding about that anymore. But it's just true. You can't tell by looking at somebody what race. And then even ethnically and culturally, there was no, and I thought that stuck with me. And the people that went to that and was open to the community with pretty good attendance. I mean, that was kind of an earth-shaking ability for people to talk about, here's a person who was at Notre Dame, that was a specialty, but the specialty was you can't really even define it. People are people and they have their backgrounds and all that. We should love each other, plain old love each other. Yeah, but I wasn't trying to say that I am or not black, but I was in a workshop. We grant from you get to focus on different parts of the world, and this was African.
I'm sorry, I got to knock at the door. So
okay,
just keep talking, Betsy. Keep talking. Just please.
I'm just going to say this little thing.
Keep going.
In that particular group, you were learning about African culture, and you had speakers from places that came. Again, we had a grant and it was really wonderful. It was a weekend. It was a full week long in the summer, so people didn't have other classes to go to and all that. But there was a woman there who was considering, she said, well, I feel like I am black. I am black. Well, can't you just be whatever you are? And she had no ethnic link that identified her as anything. I mean, it's just goofy. And so it's so misunderstood. You don't have to think that one thing is better or worse than something else. You're just a person. And so I don't know, I'm not being so eloquent on what I know in my head I want to get out, but I'm done.
You're being understood. I mean, from my perspective, listening to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very clear.
Yeah, Miss Betsy, you were definitely clear, and I'm so glad you elaborated on that. I just think that everybody has a chance to really be heard and to listen. And I'm just hoping a couple of other people are gonna put their hands up. Look, it's not a lot of us here, so you have something to share, share it. It doesn't matter whether you agree with what's been said or don't agree. Oh, Freddie's back, so I'm gone.
Janelle, thank you for stepping in. I'm sorry about that. Hey man, security came to the door. I'm like, what the hell did I do? Like, I was like, what y'all been saying? What y'all do? But I thought it was y'all. I didn't allow security in my room to be serviced. It was 3 police officers
Oh,
at
no.
that door. I was like, and I just told, I said, and I cursed. I don't know if y'all heard me, but I was like, I thought I fucking did something. Like,
No.
like, what is that? I've never experienced that. Like, I'm in the hotel room, I paid. I don't want you to service my room.
Right.
And it was like 2 days I ain't serviced the room. They was like, we got to do a well check.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
afraid
I've
they
never
probably
heard that though.
they probably
I
listened
never.
to this conversation.
Yeah, right. What y'all been saying?
And
Look,
I'm
I
just
stepped
telling you
away
the
for
truth.
1 second, Brother Gregory. What you been doing, man?
No, it's because of where you at in Vegas. People don't have a room check. They end up missing.
You know what? That's
Yeah.
real. That's
Yeah.
real. That's real.
Yeah.
But I'm typically like, I don't want you in my room. I got my passport. I got cash out. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just, if I need towels, I'll just go get some towels. Like, I don't need you to make my bed. I'm an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. I don't know where y'all was at. I lost it. Um, Juliet, bring us, give me some levity to this. Right? How you doing, young lady?
I'm doing good. I'm turning on my camera just for this moment.
I'm just happy that you turned your camera on. We like to see y'all beautiful faces.
Uh, I think there was a lot of valid points overall, 99%. We all have our variation. But what I will say regarding race is, we know that race is a construct. Okay, originally people weren't known by race in terms of color of their skin. They were known by their ethnicity, and I probably didn't even say that right. Okay.
Ethnicity.
However, whatever part of Africa you were from, you were an African, you were Nigerian, you were Ethiopian, you were. I think
Sure.
someone else is
Hold on,
speaking.
I got you, sister. Hold on. I got you. I got you. Go ahead.
You were known by.
Oh shit, I didn't get you. Hold on. Ooh. Y'all know I'm grandma favorite. I be cursing. Y'all leave me alone. I don't know. I'm
I was
messing.
born on my grandmother's birthday, and I did curse. I learned to not curse as I got older. It took a lot. And if the person catches me at the wrong moment, my core comes out and I might curse. So I just
Hey,
ask for forgiveness ahead of time.
Juliet, I don't want you to be out here flossing like you better than me. You are, and you are, but I ain't grown yet, and grandma's still working on me. So let's go, sister. I'm sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. So what people refuse to deal with is the construct. What Europeans don't want to deal with on a high enough level is that they were not seen as white people. They were seen not just as the French or the English. They were seen from the regions that they were from. They started the original wars. They were killing each other, okay, until they realized, oh, there's other people on other lands with natural resources. We can band together in moments of time and kill them too and take their resources. And the final banding together came in later centuries, and it's still not even 100% now because look at what's going on with the different Europeans. It was all done to control natural resources and to destroy the people who lived on those various lands. Whether they brought us over to the Americas, and now they've told enough Black Americans, you're not American, but you're not African. And then you have that whole disconnect between Africans, Americans, people who've been brought to other lands who think they are indigenous to that land because history was purposely not taught. And everyone doesn't have the capability of teaching history uh, to themselves. They need direction. And so to find out who you are on a historical level where your people originated from will give you a better perspective. You know, you see it with some young people, but not enough. But I think directionally things are starting to change as the history that they're so busy attempting to hide is coming out to let people know this is the people that you come from. You didn't just come over on a ship. You didn't just cross the land from Nigeria and end up being British. There was a history. There was travel, and within that there was disconnect and lost of who people were until they decided to find out. And I can easily say that because of someone of African ancestry, I get claimed by a lot of different groups. Okay, up until I was 18, I was Black American. Once I got to college, all kinds of people started claiming me in different languages. Okay. And some were offended because they thought I was denying my people. But I would say to them, depending who they were, because if they were older people, you just let them be because they were going to cuss me out. And trust me, I got cussed out different times. What I would say to them is if you knew who you were, you wouldn't be questioning me and telling me I'm you. Because if I'm you, you are me. I cannot be you and you can't be me. I cannot be your group of people, but you not Black. So it's all constructs. And white people have benefited from this construct from the beginning. And the only story they get to tell now is, oh, but I didn't do it. Oh, that's from years ago. It wasn't from years ago. You still have people alive who have experienced these things. Okay, they're over 100, and they can tell you about their towns being burned down, their natural resources being taken, towns being bulldozed over, or grave sites being destroyed so they can build new bridges or tunnels or housing. It just doesn't make sense. But it gives white people that ability to say, I didn't do it. Okay, yes, you didn't do it, but you benefit from it. You benefit from this moment. Your newborn baby benefits from it. Our newborn babies have to fight to be because that's the life in front of them. Okay, because you don't want your child to know about history because it offends them. Well, what about the children who have to live the history and they don't know it either? They're entitled to know what they're up against, but you don't want those little blonde babies to be upset about it. But it's not the blonde babies who will be upset about it. You are embarrassed that you're from an era where you know it happened, that your Mima, whoever else you want to call them, papas, some of them are still alive and they did this, and that's what you want to hide through books. You want to hide it in the educational system. You want to hide it through books. And that's the real challenge because people's lands across the world have been stolen from them and their natural resources. And they don't even want to give it back. When you find out in these different museums, okay, the different artifacts that they've sold stolen from different countries in Africa and over in the UK, they don't want to get back these artifacts because they had them for a few decades. Yeah, well, you had them. Now you need to give them back. But these are all stories that become part of the collective. And until we figure out how to listen to each other, because nobody wants to listen, everybody knows everything. I'll be the first one to tell you, the more I learn, the less I know. No one wants to listen. And if you don't listen, you can't learn. And if you can't learn, you can't educate. And so, decade after decade, Black people collectively, even if you don't call yourself Black, we have to keep learning the same story over and over again. We don't seem to get past. We met these different foundational measurements to benefit our people. Now let's move to the next level. No, those were the old people. We're the young people, and we know everything. And now we start all over again. So that's my 2 cents. And thank you, Freddie, for listening to me.
Freddie, we see your lips moving, but we can't hear you.
I'm over here with like a perfect joke. Y'all miss my I'm like, I was saying thank you, sister, for your kind words and everything that you said, but please don't tell us that you're 102 years old because Gregory and Asa just lying to us about age. So I know how everybody just lying about age right now, and
Well, I'll tell you mine, and I normally lie because I can get away with it. Okay, I don't have any makeup on right now, and I got this do-rag on my head, but forgive me. But I can get away with it. But I'm 65.
I don't know
Okay.
why y'all insist on lying
And
to
I
me.
didn't retire. I was forced into retirement. But
Look,
here we are,
you
you know.
lying. I don't want to like call you out, sister, but you lying, and I'm muting your mic and I'm removing you because you lying. Y'all, all of y'all are lying. I don't know why y'all insist on lying today. I thought it was like a space of love, but that's obviously y'all take everything you heard today with a grain of salt.
Wow.
But nah, y'all are thank you. I just love this space. I just love this space. I don't really know. Obviously, we're not on topic today, right? I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna do the same topic next week. We gonna try to do the topic next week, right? But one day we're gonna have like a formal, religious discussion because I've been ducking it forever. And I'm moving into a space where this sounds more heroic than it is, but courageous enough to have it, the discussion, right? And that's like, because y'all know I avoid this shit. Like, we fight over this shit all the time. And it just like, I'm just exhausted by it. And I ain't got no dog in the fight. You know what I mean? So really it drains me. I'm just trying to be honest with y'all, right? Y'all okay with that? We got a small crowd, 18 of us, right? The shit drains me. I know it feeds some of y'all and you love to have the talk, but you know what? We gonna have the talk because I'm gonna let out everything that I feel. Yeah, you know what? This shit gonna be therapeutic for me because I'm gonna get it out because I've been like seeping out how I feel, but this shit drains me, man. And because I be like, y'all done went in these whole ass circles for like 100, 200 years. You ain't fucking got nowhere. Like, it's like, why we keep talking about got nowhere? Oh, Freddie can't get nowhere without God. You ain't got nowhere. Fuck you talking about. And so somebody was like, oops, I curse. I'm grandma's favorite. I be doing that. But I don't understand. I just don't understand. Right? Larry, President Trump, that's like, it took me, that was like, wow, to even say that. President Trump pardon Larry Hoover this week. I don't know if y'all peeped that, right?
Mhm.
Most of you might not even know who the hell Larry Hoover is. The only reason I know who he is because I'm in the Chicagoland area. I didn't grow up here, I grew up in Detroit. So I don't really got the affinity. And I literally asked the question, why y'all love this dude so? What the hell is this about? And, people giving me the stuff, but what I think I've learned, you don't got no gang affiliation. You have no affiliation to this dude. So I wonder why we make so much a fuss of that. And then I draw in religion with that same thing because we got that same fervor about it. And it's like, where the progress? Where the progress? We've been talking about the same shit, the same book, the same. Y'all, you got the Bible. I get it. It's important. Your faith is important. Your da 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 da. It's the same shit. You don't understand the Bible yet. You ain't. What the hell are you doing? Why we gotta keep going over this same shit? Oh yeah, we gonna do this talk because I'm gonna come. I'm gonna say everything on my mind, and I want you to correct me because I'm ignorant. I want you to know I'm ignorant. I'm not. When we had this conversation, I will have to preface a lot of shit because I'm gonna say everything I feel about the religion and the faith and moving forward and us as advancement and people and engagement and love and community. I'm gonna say everything that's on my mind. And then I'm just gonna open up the floor to correct me, to educate me, to grow me. Because when I made that statement about Larry Hoover, and I was like, I don't understand why y'all love this dude that brought death, destruction, cocaine, and everything else to your community so much. I don't understand. Educate me, and the amount of people that have attacked me over that, I can only imagine what the hell about to happen when I actually tell you how I feel about your religion and your God and your belief. Like, ooh,
Freddie, can
this,
you get more clarity? Can you get more clarity on you saying that people have attacked you over that?
yeah.
Why? I mean, I'm just saying.
One, the shit is wild to me. I don't understand, right? But apparently, I don't understand political prisoners. Apparently, I don't understand growth and development. Now, you don't understand. I just said growth and development. That means nothing to most of y'all,
Hmm.
which it don't mean nothing to me. But I went to college with gangbangers and gang banging adjacent individuals. So growth and development is the whole thing. GD, they got like handshakes, all this shit. And the gang, again, I'm ignorant. I don't know. And this is how I tried to lead the conversation. GD is gangster disciple,
Disciples. Mhm.
but apparently, like if you're in it and you really get it, it's growth and development.
Development.
So I asked the question, I said, when the hell did growth and development come across? When was Larry Hoover pushing growth and development on the community? And what did that program look like? Man, they ain't even tried, they ate me up. I mean, in their words, but I'm looking at it like I just see the death, the destruction, the generations of gangbangers and bullshit in our community, and I don't see the growth and development. Oh, brother, that's why you don't understand. They put him in jail and they did da 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 da. I mean, what do you want from me? I don't know. I didn't grow up in the shit. I'm not glorifying the dude. I need you to educate me on where the hell the growth and the development is at. Because now I'm in Chicago, I'm watching this shit, I'm in the communities, and what y'all don't know about me is I used to own a real estate appraisal company, and I've appraised all over Chicago. And all of my collegiate friends, my fraternity friends from the stuff that's in the area, you on your phone with your guys at 10 a.m., blah, 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 whatever. And they like, where you at right now? I'm like, oh, I'm on such and such block and such doing this. And they like, fuck you doing over there? You need to get out of there. You're in danger. Guess where I was at? I was in the GD area. I'm over there. I'm over. I understand the shit. I know y'all handshakes. I've seen all of it, but I ain't never seen the growth and development. So I'm asking the tough question that apparently nobody wants to answer. Like, when the hell was the growth and development? Where was the benefit to the community? And I'm not saying the brother wasn't railroaded. I'm not saying that it wasn't. I don't know. I'm not educated like that. That's why I'm like, educate me. Because people outside of this Chicago bubble and this gang culture don't give a shit about any of that. And we don't know nothing about it. I grew up outside of Detroit. Detroit, believe it or not, didn't have gangs when I grew up.
I have a question,
Go ahead, go ahead.
and that is,
Mr.
have you
Now, I'm coming to you, I promise. Go ahead,
have anyone, not just you, evaluated that out of all these religions, none of them like one another, and the gangs are the same, and
Yeah.
it's all institutional?
Oh, it's the same, in my opinion. That's a
Yeah,
good.
and I would say, in my opinion, yeah. One
Yeah.
gang, if you're not with this gang, you're not with me. If you're not with this religion, you're not with me. And I'm saying it's all institution.
Bro, it's the same. It's the same shit, in my opinion. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? Next week, fuck that. I was gonna push this family discussion the next week. We gonna get down in this religious discussion because of what you just asked. It's all gang banging. Listen, I know you love your God. I know you. Listen, I ain't trying to. I don't. I want what I really want y'all to understand about my religious position is I don't care. To me, it don't make any difference about anything. I feel like it's an exercise in futility, but that's my opinion. And that's why urban intellectuals do not talk and push any religious perspective because I don't know. I don't know. I'm not certain. I don't even think I want you to know. I want y'all to know we got what 18 people, 17 people on. I want you to know I don't even think it's important. I don't even think it's important. You know what I think is important? How you treat the people around you, how you raise your children, how we engage with one another. Now, if you need your religion to tell you you need to be a decent person, I'm cool with that. Dial up your religion, lean into it, but don't tell me about your religion. Show me what your religion look like. Show me. I should be able to see it in your actions. Y'all don't know nothing about my belief, my faith, my understanding, and my relationship with the cosmos. I want you to understand I have all of those things. But when you judge me, I want you to look at my actions, not my words, not who I told you I'm affiliated with. I'm GD, son. Growth and development. Vice lords. We don't throw it up, we throw it down, right? What? It don't matter. You don't know. I'm the Q's. You don't hear me talking about the cues. You don't hear me talk about none of that shit. What you hear me talking about is we need to get our family together. You need to get your finances together. And you need to figure out how to be a productive member of the community. That's what we need to build in the organization of faith of God. Why? Oh man, y'all, this is shit. It's crazy. Yeah, y'all don't get me fired up. But why would God need you to promote? You don't ain't on the fucking marketing team of Jesus? Are you kidding me? If Jesus is who you say Jesus is, why the hell he need a marketing campaign? If God is who you say she is, why God need you to tell the gospel? You know what happens with a bird? Birds are a phenomenon.
Hey, Freddie,
They
can I
have
interrupt for
these
a minute?
children. Let me drop this. Hold on. They have these other birds, and then the bird reaches the age, and the mama bird kicks that damn bird out the nest. That mama bird ain't said shit to this baby, kicks it out the nest, and that bird starts flying because it's innate on what it does. Why you need somebody to tell you to be a decent human being? This is my perspective. This is my perspective. I didn't say I'm right. I ain't trying to tell you to buy it. But didn't nobody need to tell me Jesus died on the cross to not smack somebody that I disagree with? I didn't need none of that shit. It just seems inappropriate. Oh, this person has that. I really want to kill them and take it, but the book says, thou shalt not kill. Just turns out the shit's innate. That's my opinion. We gonna talk about it next week. Oh, we gonna get into it. Y'all want to have it? I'll get down with you. Who was trying to come in? Miss Janelle, I'm sorry. I just been
Oh yeah,
talking, but somebody was trying to jump in right quick.
I just said one statement when you
How
were
you doing?
saying that when you were saying something related to why do you need a marketing campaign? It made me think on the statement saying, if I was superior, why do I have to do all these barriers? I just go on and live. I really would. I would just go on and live because I'm superior. I don't have to worry about any devices, any barriers. Just live.
Yeah. I mean, I
So
mean,
that's what
that's
came to mind when you were saying that. But yes, Miss Janelle been on.
yeah, she's been appropriately holding her hand up. But I just, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then it's like I make my statement, then somebody gotta correct me based on the XYZ Bible and book or Quran or whatever. And it's like, ain't none of this shit moving our community along forward. Ain't none of this shit like getting us to love each other better. There ain't none of this shit getting us to eradicate the homelessness and the lack of proper parenting in our communities. Ain't none of this like we argue over this. This is why I am fanatical about keeping the shit outside of this space. Cause all it do is lead to fights over shit that don't matter. Oh, you follow Christ and Christ used to help people. Are we are we donating? Are we feeding folks? Are we creating a better system that makes sure that they don't end up homeless? Like, I don't really care about your Bible verse. I don't give a shit. I want y'all to know I don't give a shit. What are we doing? When does your love of Christ benefit the world around you? When you actually act like Christ, when you actually act like Christ, I'll listen to you. I won't even listen to you. I will fucking love you. I will lean in. I will promote you, and I will shout it from the mountaintops with you. But you can't tell me. I don't care. Listen, you cannot fear me into believing. I done been through all of this shit. I done, like Brother David was talking about, esoteric. I done read it all. I done read, the Bible. I used to go to a Catholic school. This is what most people don't know. I graduated from an all-white, all-Catholic high school, all male. I had 4 years of Christianity every single day. You think you know the Bible? I know the damn Bible. I got it. I done went through all the paces and the honors and all of that. And you know what them white boys told me, and anybody on here that, you get offended. Y'all know me better. I don't give a shit. But these white boys told me, they said, Freddie, because I was Baptist. I was in the church and all of that because my parents were. Only reason I'm in the church is because my parents are. And that's why you in the church. Because your parents made you. Big grandma made you go to church every Sunday. And everybody that you respected in your life did that. So you was a good Negro. And you did the same. Be hurt feelings all you want to. If you want to read the book, it's called The Future of an Illusion. Sigmund Freud wrote it. It's about this big. I read it when I was in college. It changed my life. One of the books that changed my life. But I'm in these classes. I'm studying Catholicism now. I'm a Baptist boy, but I'm in it. Bible school every summer. 2 houses down from me, Miss Burrell, rest in peace, sister. I love her. And she didn't talk religion. She lived it. She didn't talk Christ. She lived it. I respect this woman, even though I don't necessarily agree with Christianity or any of that. I respect this woman because she lived it. She lived it. It wasn't talk. Everybody be talking. Y'all just be talking. She taught generations around the lessons, really like foundational things of being decent people, but she spent her life doing it. I respect the hell out this woman. Miss Burrell, rest in peace, sister. She did the work. Where y'all at that be talking that shit? Where's the evidence of your work? I don't want to hear about it. I don't care if you fall in line and you're going to go to heaven and da-da-da-da-da. It's bullshit because I want to bring it up that the white boy, this shit changed my life. I'm telling you, I'm like 17 years old. And the white boys at this Catholic school told me, Freddie, you're like earnest with this. Like you're really into the religion. Like you seems like you're serious. And they giggle. This is the giggle. This is the funny manner of it all. And they say, well, why don't you just be like everybody else? And I'm like, well, how is everybody else? Oh man, you just go through the paces and on your deathbed, you repent, you're gonna go to heaven. The fuck? Like my whole life was bent around service and this. And this is the vast majority of Christians. Y'all, yeah, you can be mad at me if you want to. If this don't apply to you, then I ain't talking to you. But most Christians are talking the talk and not walking the walk. When you walk the walk, you won't hear Freddie Taylor talking shit. You will hear Freddie Taylor being like I was with Miss Burrell. I respect the hell out of this woman. I don't necessarily agree, but that's not what's important. Because who am I? My opinion don't matter either, right? This is the deity we talking about. But she walked the walk. And her 80 something years of existence was on generations in the neighborhood. She walked the walk. So I don't necessarily want to guide anyone away from their faith or their religion. I want to guide you towards the mission. I want to guide you towards the action. I don't want you to be a talker. If you show up in here, like I'm always going to challenge you to shut up with your, oh, we need to pray. Oh, we need to listen, and I'm being facetious with it. And y'all let me deal with your deity on what they gonna do with me, right? Don't worry about me, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about me. I'm cool. Me and the deity got a different relationship because it involves challenging you to actually live in what you say you about. I just like to dare people. I just dare you to live up to the shit you say. And I don't think most people listen to what they say. They just be saying shit because it makes you blend into the community that you was raised, which alludes to what Sigmund Freud was talking about in The Future of the Illusion. Christianity would not survive if you did not feed children into the belief. Because you rarely meet 35, 40-year-olds that's never been introduced to Christianity. And they're like, oh, you know what? This makes sense. This is what I believe now because that's just makes sense. Because most adults are logical, but we need to get to you, what they say, plant the seed and it will grow. How do I know that? Because that's what Miss Burrell was taught and was doing every single day in 2 houses down from my house. I respect her and her work. You don't live unless you plant the seed in the children because ain't no rational adult going through the shit. You got to go through the fear. You got to go through the respectability of Big Mama and Grandma and your auntie and every respectable person in your community saying you need to do this on Sundays, and you just fall in line. It's my opinion, right? I'm just still going with that. But live it. If you don't believe it, live it. That's all I want. That's all I want to say, really, is live it. Everybody talks that shit. Who's Jesus? You can actually be Jesus. Most of Jesus' actions in your Bible, it ain't my Bible, it's yours. I don't buy the shit, right? I'll be honest with you. But most actions of Jesus in your Bible is doable by you today. I mean, you ain't gonna walk on water, you ain't gonna buy no fish and bread and all of that. But you can help the homeless. You know what I mean? You can mentor the children around you. Like you can do 80% of what Jesus did right now. And you don't need no money. But everybody just talking. So I'm sorry, y'all. No, I'm not sorry. Fuck that. I ain't sorry. This is what the ancestors need y'all to hear. Be about it. Don't talk. Say, don't pray for me. Save somebody else. Do the work. I'm good. Maybe I ain't. Let me deal with that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about me. Right? Don't worry about me. I got my relationship with my deity. And I'm growing and I'm learning and all of that every day. Don't worry about me. What are you gonna do to action what you say you believe? I don't know if that's offensive. Maybe it is. I don't know if Jesus was like sitting over here, he'd be like, you just ain't gonna ever get right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You ain't gonna ever get right. Or he's sitting over there like, I've been trying to tell him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I like to lean toward the latter because it's about action. And just to try to put a button on what we've been talking about with family, ain't that what you want in your family? You don't need no sermon with your children and your grandchildren. You need an example. It's a great quote that I love and I try to live by, and I fall disastrously short. What you say, what you do speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying. What you do speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying. Let's live it. Let's live it. That's my ending message. Let's live it. Whether you want to live it from a spiritual perspective, where you want to live it from a Afrocentric perspective, whether you want to live it as a parental perspective, let's live it. Everybody, the talk, to talk. We're tired of that shit. What are you doing? If you love Jesus like you say you do something. And it wouldn't just be spreading his message and his word, it'd be spreading his work. And I know somebody was like, oh, somebody thought you was attacking Christianity and this and that. Let me clear this up. I am. I'm attacking all the religions. I'm attacking all the spiritualities. I will attack you every day of my living existence because my dare is for you to be better at what you say you believe. That's how we heal the Black family. That's how we heal the world. Everybody got to do better at what they say they believe. You said it. I didn't say it. I don't even know what you believe. But whatever you believe, I believe that it's better. There's an aspirational element to it. There's a growth and development. All right, let me stop with the GD references, but there's a growth and development element to it. But the question is, do you got the balls to live it? Sister Janelle, get in here and bail me out because now Pastor Freddie is in here and I'm talking too much.
No. But I am gonna go back on two things.
Please do.
Call it attacking. I don't call it attacking. I call it challenging it. And
I like that.
challenging, I think, is a better word because it encourages people to grow.
Get me together. Get me together. Gather me.
Makes people feel defensive and they don't know how to handle that. So even though I know what your message is,
Yeah, get me right.
to get people to get it together, you can't make them feel like they just don't know. And the fact
I'm a work in progress, sister. You know.
we all are. We all are.
Sometimes I'm going to attack. Y'all know how Freddie is.
But I'm gonna call it challenging. Okay?
Gather me. Gather me. I'm okay with being gathered. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but you said something else, and it's kind of off topic. But you said when you were growing up, there weren't any gangs. Now, Freddie, you know we come from the same area. Maybe because you were outside of the city, but trust and believe that we had gangs.
Name them.
Schoolcraft Boys, East Side Boys, 7 Mile.
7 Mile.
And
we should be back with that.
Yeah,
but here's my argument over that. And I know what you're talking about, right? I'm right there. And there was names, but it was neighborhoods. Schoolcraft was a neighborhood. That wasn't
YBI was not a neighborhood though, and it was the biggest one. YBI was not a neighborhood. And I think that was intentional though, because just like what we're talking about.
You got me with YBI. You got me.
That was intentional. I think, like what you said, somebody figured that out. And they were like, well, let's do something that just can cut across everything. We don't care what neighborhood you in because our goal is to sling this dope and make this money. And whose neighborhood we do it in does not matter to us. And it really did not matter. They were cutting into other people's territory. It was all kind of crazy stuff going on.
Look,
But
you got me. See how easy that was when you correct me? I'm okay. I ain't gonna triple down on my ignorance, but you're
uh,
right. You're right. School
uh,
crab boys. Damn. I mean, YBI, you got me with YBI. That was
yeah. But one thing you said was true, especially about the guy Hoover. I'm ignorant on that too. I was waiting for other people here in Illinois to make it make sense for me.
you know,
Yeah, they didn't do that for me.
you know. Uh-oh.
just wanted to pop in
Come on, pop in, brother.
yeah, no, it's all to elevate or compliment what Janelle just said. When you said attacking, I immediately said, I'm not feeling the attack, I'm feeling the challenge. So that maybe you were, I don't know, but maybe that's what some people may think, but I'm with the challenge of it. Just like I said on my first, conversation in noting the space is that I feel that the whole thing was about what are we gonna do about all these things that are not doing anything, for the betterment of family and people and yourself as a contributor to humanitarian or mankind. And the other thing is that born and raised in the Argyll Garden and moved on 43rd Street in State where the Robert Tiller was and Cabrini Greens. Yeah, all those gangs was there, back in my childhood. And I came to understand and I seen actual federal documentation that under investigation, this is what that system did. Admitted it. Federal books that outlines how they got drugs from where was it, Panama or Cuba, and they put that into our communities. And now they talk, what you should be doing and saying, you should be pulling yourself up by your bootstraps figuratively and saying, no, we know you ain't got no boots, but we still gonna say pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I'm for the challenge. I'm gonna land right there. I'm for the challenge.
Okay. Right. I think, Brother Gregory, I want you to know, man, I know you all in on all the things that we're doing, and the breadth of the stuff that we're doing, right? So I want you always keep this in mind, brother. And I know, because I know you're a super supporter. You in it, brother. You in all of our stuff, and I love and appreciate you for it. Hold me accountable. Don't let me slide.
Oh, that's a two-way street then. That's a two-way street. Yeah,
there we go. I got you. I got you. Oh, I'm easy with this. I got that finger. I got that finger. This is what I need help with. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you for, I don't even know how to say it. I appreciate you for being for backing us, man. And you don't only back us with your presence, you back us with your dollars and all of that. So thank you, but hold me accountable, brother. We are to be great.
Yes.
We are to be great. I want you to be great in your family, your lineage, what you leaving, and all of that. Hold me to that same standard, but I got to double because you got to hold me to a high standard of an organization that's driving this, right? And I'm cool, and I'm ignorant. I mean, I wear ignorant dad joke t-shirts and all of that stuff, but I want to be great. I want to be great, and you gotta have people holding you accountable. And it doesn't matter that I ain't into y'all faith or whoever faith and da 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 da. None of that is required to serve our people. I say I want to be a servant. Hold me to no talk. Hold me to action, brother. Oh yeah, I know you're gonna do it anyway, but this is theatrical for the audience, but I mean, we got to be great. Now we got to hold one another accountable for all of this, and we got to be okay with it. And we got to stop being sensitive, right? How do we heal the families? The men in the families got to stop being sensitive. If somebody is talking to you and trying to educate you and grow you, get your soft ass out the way. Listen and grow. Women, you got to do the same shit. We got to be able to talk to one another at a level that just cut through the bullshit. I don't want to be, I was, I'm sorry if y'all, anybody else got, I'm trying to wrap this up, but y'all know I talk too much, but um, we got to be able to hold each other to a higher standard. And just be religion doesn't mean that I don't have a place in holding you in that higher standard. And just because you believe this religion or that religion or whatever the hell doesn't mean you don't got a place to hold me to a higher standard. But what I want y'all to know is I want to be held to that standard. I want it. I want it. I don't want this to be a good organization. I don't want this to be something that's nice. I want this shit to be outstanding. And you know what that's going to take? It's going to take people that's in the audience or that's supporting the programs in the member that voted to hold us to a higher standard. I'm not afraid of it. I ain't afraid of it. Just like I ain't afraid of your deity. Why would I be afraid of your deity? Your deity, I'm a part of it. I ain't God, but I'm a part of God. If God was a body, I'm a finger. I ain't the deity, but the deity is in me. We don't understand. You're the finger. You are God. Not in the sense that it's everything. You are part of everything. I don't understand why people can't get that. I don't understand why that's not a universal thing. It's my opinion. We're gonna get into it next week. We're gonna go all the way here. I'm gonna have the discussion that I've been avoiding, but I want y'all to know I'm gonna lean forward and I ain't gonna shy away. And that shit, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's cute. What you doing? How you living that? What that look like in your family? You remember that cousin that borrowed $5 from you 25 years ago that didn't pay you back? You still mad at him? Why ain't you forgiven? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna bring the shits now. But I want you to bring it to me too. I realize there's coaches, right? They be like, when you point the finger, there's three pointing back at you. That thumb is crazy. I don't know. I don't know what you do with that thumb. Like I'm gonna leave that thumb alone, but there's three. You point a finger, there's three pointing back at you. So what are you doing? And anytime you get in the space with me, particularly when I'm talking and I'm off the cuff like I am now, I want you to always remember I'm gonna circle back to challenging you to be better. If you need to live up to a God thing and 10 commandments and whatever to be a decent person, let's rock with it. I'll talk to you in that language. But at the end of the day, I'm just challenging you to be a better person. I like to think that's what the deity is about or this religion is about, no matter what your belief is. I think the thing that cuts through all of the shit is be a better person. Help people, bring them up, love them, forgive them, grow them. I mean, maybe I'm in left field. I don't know. But here go Freddie, old heathen ass Freddie that ain't got no religion. Just be a better person. Again, let me deal with going to hell and however the hell y'all want to do it. I'm not afraid. I'm the pinky. Put your pinky rings up to the. All right, anyway. I'm part of God. I'm not afraid. I have a different relationship with the universe, I say the universe, but it's God. She is all things. I'm a part of her. I was born through her. I'm connected through my belly button to her. She is my guiding light. She birthed everything we've ever seen. Pay her homage. Take care of her. Take care of her descendants, her beings. Be kind, be gentle. Grow them. Come on, Sister Roberta. I'm gonna get out of here because I'm about to go hang out with the fellas and all that stuff. I'm about to go do all the stuff that y'all say you ain't supposed to do. I'm about to go see some of it, right? Brother Freddie, y'all just pray for me, right? Just for all right. Sister. I
Okay.
can't with me. Okay.
All right. Well, you know I'm gonna hang with you.
Come on,
Sometimes
I know you my
I
friend.
miss, sometimes I miss it. I'm gonna reserve most of my comments for
Next week.
when you lay it all out. But I will say this
Come on.
today. If we would walk humbly, if we would be servants and disciples, and if we would just worry about, like you said, you're the finger. Everybody can't be the finger. Everybody can't be the thumb. Everybody can't be the foot. But if we would just find out, because purpose is all through this thing. I mean, like purpose is all in. If we would just find out what our purpose was, things would be so much better. And it is a challenge. It's a challenge. It's the same challenge that I find dealing with kingdom people. And I'll go into that a little bit more afterwards because I don't even want to, I'm going to tell you, I don't want to be associated as religious. I refuse to be associated as religious because religion, it does not liberate, it incarcerates, and it causes us to have bondage. And what we need to do is we need to come together. And if we were really walking humbly, if we
Mhm.
were really loving the
Mhm.
way that we are supposed to love, collaboration would be easy. It would be easy. And that's what I believe that we are doing here. That's what I believe that we are doing here. And that's why even when sometimes I can't come, you got to know I I'm here. I'm with you. If I'm not physically here, my spirit is with you because as I said before, I believe in the vision and the mission of what is happening.
Love it.
So that's all I have to say for today.
I love
Thank you very
it.
much for listening.
I love it. Thank you, sister. Thank you, all of y'all. I'm gonna try to just be quiet so we can get out of
And
here.
I'm 67 years young.
Yeah, we just all lying. We just lying. You
I'm
know,
not lying.
I'm 77. I'm 77. I don't know how y'all don't get y'all life together. I'm 77.
67,
Yeah.
September 19th, 1957 was when I was born.
I forgot. I'm so old. I forgot my when I was born because y'all just lying. Here we go. 76. Come on. Everybody lying. Y'all just lying. I don't know why y'all. I just like poured my heart out about a vulnerable subject, and then we just lying about ages. Hey man, all right. I love y'all. Thank you for your lying ages, but I appreciate y'all. I don't know, man. Hopefully y'all understand. I'm just being facetious, but I thank y'all for being here and allowing me to have this space. Thank you for allowing me to have this space. I am thankful for it. And y'all crazy enough to listen to my way off religious perspectives, right? Like, I mean, I don't know. I just know what's on my heart and my feelings. I'm not an expert. I try not to tell you what to think I just try to present my feelings around the stuff, and I don't mean to be offensive. I don't mean to, it's not intentional, right? If I'm being offensive, right? It's a delicate subject. People don't talk about it. I don't shy away from it, because I understand that everybody ain't gonna like me. Everybody, I'm not for everyone. This ain't for everyone. Even this space, allowing y'all to have these conversations, it's not for everyone, right? We're gonna offend some people. We're gonna ruffle some feathers. But I want you to know when I click that leave, I giggle about that shit. Right? I giggle about it. Like I understand everybody ain't gonna agree. They gotta go get what they need from somewhere else. And I try to avoid the religion because I know every week you're in there in your Bible studies and all of that, and Wednesday, whatever, like you're getting that. So I try to keep these conversations tailored to important discussions in our community. But it's just we need to have this religious conversation. But I won't be offensive. And if I am, say it. Call me out. Get on there. Hold me to the higher standard, right? I want to be great. Listen, y'all my people. What we got? 12 people left? 11. Listen, y'all my people. Hold me to a higher standard. I'm not playing. Say it. I know a lot of y'all are familiar. A lot of y'all comfortable actually be in that inbox. I'd be like, shit, we'll give a brother a break, right? But hold me to a higher standard. I want to be great at this. What is that? Freddie, what does this look like? I ain't even sure yet. But I love this Sunday dinner space. I love it. We will continue to invest and grow in this space and making it better however we can. I'm serious about it. Like the team, I'm trying not to throw nobody under the bus. I'm gonna throw them under the bus. The whole team ain't like in it on this space because they feel like I spend too much time here and it doesn't have any financial return, right? But I know it's bigger. It's bigger than money. This is bigger than money. This is a connection. We on to something. I'm not even really sure what it is, y'all. I'm being honest. I don't, when you come back next week, then I be gotten a different form. Did I say I be gotten? I said I be gotten. Damn. Right? Like, okay. I have different formats and this and that, and there's no consistency because I don't really know what I'm doing here. But I know it's special. I know it's special. When I don't think y'all understand how y'all words hit on the community. You don't really get it. But that's what I got to figure out how to hone. So not only do the community get it, that is so impactful and powerful because we be dropping bombs week to week. And I'm not talking about Freddie. I'm saying we, us, all of y'all. That's why I be wanting y'all to participate. Now, again, we got a small group. I got a list of stuff I was supposed to say today, y'all. Y'all know I just be off on shit. But here's where I want to challenge y'all, the 10 people minus me here. I need y'all to volunteer to make this better. So I need you to be paying attention week to week and be like, Freddie, You probably should have did this. Here's an idea.
Okay.
There was a great Asa said this at 1 hour and 47 minutes in because you was talking too long and it drug anyway. But you know what I mean? Like I need you and I need your input. I don't know exactly what this looked like. I just know this energy is what we need. And I need to figure out how we can not only harness it, but turn it into transformational difference
Okay.
for our listening audience.
Mhm.
I do not know how to do that, right? I'm just being honest with y'all. But every week, me and Tamiko meet. Me and Tamiko meet about it. Then me and Jasmine meet about Sunday dinner specifically, trying to figure that out. So if you have any insights, you have any thoughts, please email the stuff or whatever. Don't feel like you stepping on my toes. Matter of fact, try not to be aggressive. I want you to step on my toes, right? We ain't got it yet. It's close. I feel like we close. We got magic, y'all. And it's magic because y'all participate. So like when I'm like, hey man, raise your hand to this or that, this 11 people, I need you to raise your hand. Y'all gotta be, I just need you to make up some shit, get involved, right? Because we gotta get the new people to, you know what I mean? We gotta show them that it's not only is it okay, the show is only special when you participate. Otherwise, I could just lecture about some shit, right? Yeah, I'm opinionated as hell. I promise I could take up an hour easy. I think you notice, right? But it gets special when y'all chime in, when you share your perspective, when you have your insight, when you rebut somebody else and we have more dialogue around it.
Intercourse.
I want to make y'all the star. I don't want to be I'm trying not to lie to y'all. Like I ain't gonna be in the middle of the shit, right? Like, y'all.
I'm gonna jump
But
in
You'll
I
be there
want,
stirring up stuff.
raise my
yeah,
hand.
yeah. Oh, I'm always gonna do that, right? But I want y'all to comment because you're who I'm trying to talk to. I think I know what your pain points are, what's important to you, what you're interested in, but I don't. So I'll be here listening. So I just need your participation, right? Like, bruh, it's 11, it's 10 of y'all. It's almost June. We are 3 hours and 30 minutes in. Y'all are our people. And y'all are the ones that I really want to assist and help and grow. But what I'm gonna need is your participation in this and then other stuff where you're saying, hey, Freddie, y'all should do this. Oh, I didn't like that. This was cool. That was weak. Your feedback is appreciated. It really is. Not just when I'm going on a religious rant, right?
Right.
Just in the middle of all of it.
All of
I would love for like a small group of volunteers like this to be truthful. Right? You don't gotta blow smoke up my ass. I promise
I
you. Because,
volunteer.
yeah, oh, damn it, that was too quick. Hold on.
Sorry.
Oh, I volunteer. No, I can't. But for real, I'm dead ass serious about that. I want to be great. I want to be great. I want the organization to be great. But the only way the organization can be great if we serve y'all at a high level. It's cute to make money. It's a whole nother thing to make transformation in people's lives and their
Yep.
families' lives.
Yep.
That is the dream.
It's the dream.
It's the dream. But I don't want it to just be a dream. I want it to be the standard. And you hold me to it. You feel like Freddie getting weak on the standard, say it. I'm gonna be a little, shit. We got like egos and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I might have to shake it off for a minute, but hold me to the standard. I'm serious about that. I appreciate y'all, Janelle. I see you. I know I know y'all are here, man. It's just a small crowd, and Freddie be ranting, and y'all still here. I know y'all are my people. Let's build a platform that we dreaming about. I think about not 300. What's the Russell Crowe movie? Gladiator.
Gladiator.
Yeah, and remember he be talking about there was a dream that was Rome. And then da-da-da, I don't remember all of it. But there was a dream that was urban intellectuals, right? What does
Come
that
on.
look like?
Come on.
Yeah, we got this idealistic thing. There was a dream. We're not going to be perfect, but I need you to hold us to it. Like, man, critique the hell out of this shit. Say it. I'm telling you, I got some jokes. I might like try to brush it off, but y'all are literally, we think about y'all every day and how we can make it better. So anyway, all right. I'm about to go enjoy some Vegas, y'all. Is that okay? I be forgetting, man. I meant to do this like they all at the pool. I'm getting texts, all of this, you know what I mean? But I love this. I've been in Vegas since Wednesday, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've worked more in Vegas than I do when I'm home. This is like the wildest. Every time I go out, it'd be like 9 o'clock, and they'd be like, I thought you ain't had nothing to do. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on about Vegas. Why am I working harder here than I am at home? That's crazy. Y'all gotta hold me to that, Freddie. You bullshit. How you on vacation working harder than you at home? That mean you ain't doing shit at home. Like, it's okay. It's okay. My feelings gonna be hurt. I prefer if you body it in a dad joke so I can stomach it a little bit. Jump in. I tickled you. Okay, man. I love y'all. I really do. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. And I got
Yeah.
like I got $100 to gamble. That's my Vegas limit. Let's see. If
Go
you
to
see me drip,
Rex.
if you see me dripped in diamonds to next time, you're gonna be like, Brother Freddie turned that $100
Uh-oh.
into 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, Brother Freddie turns it into $150 and I'll buy a dinner because man, this stuff expensive out here. Like, good Lord. But I appreciate
Mm-hmm.
y'all, man. Thank you for being here as usual. Hold me to the higher standard and check me if I get too far on this religious discussion. It's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be dangerous. But it's gonna be fun, right? Like, ain't it gonna be fun? Looking forward to it. Oh, I love this stuff. Anyway, I love y'all, man. Y'all be easy and take care of your people, man. Just be great. Be great in your lives. Be great in your relationships, your family. And I think being great just means trying harder. Just try to be better than yesterday, right? That's something we talk about at Urban Intellectuals. The only thing we can promise is we'll be better tomorrow. Right. Make that commitment to yourself and your family. And let's hold one another to it, right? We the ones we've been waiting for, y'all. We here. I appreciate y'all because I keep talking for 49 more minutes. But this was great.
Bye.
I enjoyed it. Love, peace, and power to the
Yeah.
people. I
We
appreciate
love you and Lady Crystal. Go
it.
have
Oh.
fun.
Yes, ma'am. I will pass along some loving to her
All right.
Joy.
Please do. Now
after
go
I go get
enjoy.
this lunch.
Stop talking. Go enjoy.
You're
Yeah, go
right.
have a good time.